Ron. Wow. It's what it is.
It's whatever. It's all good. What's up, PC fan? Welcome back to the panel. We got MTL, Jordan, Chilltown. We in the building. What's up, y'all? What's going on?
In effect.
What's going on? What's the word?
Chilling, man. We finally got a dub host up here. We had to kick that. We had to kick that other out of here, and now we ready to work. So let's get straight to it, though. So we're gonna break down those teams that you guys did the tier list with yesterday. We're gonna talk about the elite teams and the contender teams, and really break down. We'll break down what we think will hinder them, where we think they might land, just a good break down their roster, and just talk about those squads. MTL, Jordan, did y'all see that yesterday?
Yeah, I saw it.
I didn't see it. I was kind of looking at it just now, but I didn't see it yesterday.
I thought y'all did pretty good with the list for the most part.
Yeah, so you agree pretty much. So the elite teams, I think it's crazy that the only.
But I heard you say something about like elite teams earlier, and you threw the Grizzlies in there. So look, this how it is. There's 3 elite teams on that they did in the tiers yesterday, and that was the Wolves, Celtics, and the Thunder. That's it.
Yeah.
And then in the contenders, it was the Sixers, the Cavs, the Bucks, the Mavs, Nuggets, Grizzlies, Pelicans, and Knicks.
Okay.
I don't think the Grizzlies should be in there personally, but
I don't think the Pelicans should be in there either, though.
No, Pelican one was a little. That was interesting.
And do y'all not think that Denver could possibly be an elite team still? Or are they?
For sure. How are they not?
The fact that you got the best player in the league, that automatically qualifies you as a contender, legit. The fact that you got the best player in the league, that off the strength of that. Now, as far as Memphis not being in this space, it's the same Memphis team who was in the semifinals 2 years ago. They ended up losing to the Lakers, who had gotten hot in 23. They got their whole crew back. They got everybody back. I'm down to trade Marcus Smart because I think he's underqualified. I think he's
trade Marcus Smart. That's your championship pedigree right there.
The reason why I want to trade Marcus Smart because I feel like he's overqualified for the position. See what they build in there with Ja, with Desmond, with Gigi, with Jaren Jackson. Now you got.
You already sold on Gigi?
Am I? Yes, I am. I think he's starting small forward.
Gigi hurt right now though.
Gigi's
scared.
He out to January, right?
Yeah, I think it was December. Yeah. I think it's Christmas.
Okay.
I think it's Christmas that he'll be back. But with him in the lineup, plus adding Zach Edey, that gives them an element that they didn't have a year ago. So now you got a rim protector because Jaren Jackson isn't much of a rebounder. In fact, I think he sucks as a rebounder. Well, add in Zach Edey. So now you got 2 elite rim protectors because Jaren Jackson is an elite rim protector. I think Zach Edey is going to be a damn good rim protector. Add those 2 to your front line. Plus now offensively, you got Jaren Jackson who can stretch the defense. You got your dynamic player in Ja. Desmond Bane will be back. And you got your rotation guys. Memphis, I feel like, is going to be right back at the top of the Western Conference next season. The problem is that Marcus Smart is not a rotation guard. Marcus Smart is a starter, and I feel like he's overqualified for that position playing in Memphis. He ain't no babysitter. We don't need Marcus Smart as a babysitter. We don't need Marcus Smart as a guy who's going to come in here. I can appreciate the vet logic, but he should be on a team that is more suited for his skill set, like Houston. I think he'd be great.
No, Houston.
No.
But chill. This is the thing. I don't think he's a babysitter over there. I think the only issue they had was those situations with Ja playing around with guns and whatnot.
What up, PC Nation? Warmer, sunnier days are calling. Fuel up for them with Factor's no prep, no mess meals. Meet your wellness goals in time for summer thanks to the menu of chef-crafted meals with options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are dietitian approved and ready to eat in just 2 minutes. So no matter how busy you are, you'll always have time to enjoy nutritious, great tasting meals. Make today the day you kickstart a new healthy routine. What are you waiting for? With 35 different meals and more than 60 add-ons to choose from every week, you'll always have new flavors to explore. Crush your wellness goals this July with dietitian-approved meals and ingredients that you can trust. Make your day delicious. From breakfast to dessert, stay fueled with easy, nutritious options. Treat yourself to restaurant-quality meals that feature premium ingredients like filet mignon, shrimp, and blackened salmon. Keep kitchen time to a minimum. Factor meals are ready in 2 minutes. No shopping, prepping, cooking, or cleaning up. Enjoy effortless support for your lifestyle. Choose from 6 menu preferences to help you manage calories, maximize protein intake, avoid meat, or simply eat well-balanced. Head to factormeals.com/playerschoice50 and use code playerschoice50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. That's code playerschoice50 at factormeals.com/playerschoice50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active.
Ox, all I'm asking you to do, Ox, is hold them. You just hold them, Ox, and I'll body them up. All I'm asking you to do is just hold them because it's on site. It's on site when we see him, Ox.
That was crazy.
Yeah,
it's
he
on
site.
Button.
Snipe me from the grave.
That's all I'm saying, Ox. It's on site.
From the grave.
It is. Now, all I'm saying, now, I understand what you guys are looking at when you talk about Houston. Think about how Houston is built. So you got. I want to make sure I'm understanding this correctly. So the kid that played in Memphis. Oh, what is his name? Why am I drawing a blank? Brooks. That's what I'm talking about. So you got Brooks. You got Jabari Smith.
Yep.
Right. You got Brooks.
Elite two-way player.
You got Jabari Smith. You got Jalen Green. You got Sengun. Now you put Marcus Smart as the starting lead guard. Take out Van Fleet and put Marcus Smart as the starting lead guard. A guy who can knock down an open shot. Not only knock down an open shot. Think about how this crew is built. This crew is built on defense. And then you got a guy like Reed Shepherd playing behind him, learning from a guy like Marcus Smart. Plus, you got a guy in Van Fleet that you can move. I think he's perfect for that Houston Rockets.
No. I think what you think Marcus Smart is going to do for Houston, Van Vliet is already doing that. And
he's better than Van Fleet, though.
He is.
But to what extent?
And a better
Van
fit,
Vliet can get
and a better fit, Jordan. There's a difference between being a better player and a better fit.
I don't know. Van Vliet might be a really good point guard with them, man. Van Vliet can get 10 assists a game. Honestly, if the team is better, or 8 assists a game. Marcus Smart is really a 2 guard, man. Like, he's really just a 2 guard. He knows how to pass, but I feel like you saying that Van Vliet and Marcus Smart are pretty much like comparable. I don't think it's comparable just because one is the 1, the other one is the 2. That's what I think.
The difference with Marcus Smart, he's played the lead guard, just like Russ transitioned to the lead guard after playing the 2. Because we got to say the same thing about him. Russ played the 2 in college and then came in and had to convert to the lead guard spot.
But Marcus Smart played the 2 in college. Yeah, he played the 2 in college.
Yeah.
And then had to convert to the lead guard and became damn good. The defensive player of the year became elite. Now, when we're talking about a guy fitting as opposed to a better player, it's the same logic with Drew Holiday and Eric Bledsoe. Eric Bledsoe, it worked. Enter Drew Holiday. Not only am I better than you, I fit in this position too. So I'm looking at what Marcus Smart does for that Houston team that's comprised of a unit with a bunch of defensive players, a bunch of athletes. You need a vet like Marcus Smart who has that championship pedigree where he's been deep into the playoffs. And I think he's on the cheap too. Like, he's not $40 million on the books.
But fellas, come on though. With all due respect to both of these franchises, we're not gonna act like Marcus Smart's the difference maker to get either one of these teams to contend
in the playoffs
for finals. Like, these teams,
I ain't going that far.
I mean, kind of though, chill. You've been saying some things like Memphis top 3, the Rockets are the top 5 seed. Like, that be that as it may, whatever. Like, they're still not contenders. Like, I don't understand where all this Memphis hype is coming from. I think they're a good team, but not the team that's gonna come in and contend for a title. Like,
man, when they lost Dylan Brooks, man, they lost a lot. Like
a whole lot.
You lost, like, they lost a lot. Like, and you just put more pressure on Ja. Not saying that Ja can't do it, but back to Chill's point about Marcus Smart being a babysitter over there, I don't think he's a babysitter over there.
Right.
I genuinely think he's a good player for them over there because you get somebody who can that can have Ja play off the ball, that Ja don't have to dominate the ball, and Marcus Smart can make the 3 from time to time. Obviously, he ain't a 40% 3-point shooter, but he can give you that edge that the Grizzlies need in order to beat a lot of teams in the playoffs because I think their backup guard was Tyus Jones when Dylan Brooks was there. So he's not Tyus Jones, but he's gonna start, and then he can be the backup point guard as well too, depending on how the rotation goes. If you get Ja Morant out of there, and he's just a bigger, tougher guard than Tyus Jones. But they lost a lot with Dylan Brooks. Like, they lost a lot, man. I don't know if G.G. Jackson, a 19, 18-year-old kid, can fulfill that like how you saying that he can.
I think he's,
and that's why I don't have him up there.
I don't think he's Brooks good, but I think they got enough vets on that crew.
They also lost Steven Adams.
Yeah, they did.
That was huge. I mean,
he technically hasn't really been playing like the last 2 years, though.
And not only that, I mean,
no, he got hurt with them though.
Right.
Yeah.
But
he didn't play with the Rockets.
They got Zach Edey. They got Brandon back. They got Brandon back. So
they're gonna trade Brandon Clark.
And if they do trade him, I'm sure that they're gonna get something good for him. But I don't think that they're gonna trade him. With that being said, with the group that they got with GG Jack, like we talking like young guys that get on vet groups. Can't help teams. I ain't saying that GG Jackson is Dylan Brooks. I ain't saying that. I think Dylan Brooks is a starter on a playoff team. I think GG Jackson is on his way to being something special though. If he can stay healthy, especially on this group with the crew that they have, I just feel like Marcus Smart. I feel like Marcus Smart is overqualified for what they're doing over there. He'll start on a playoff team.
We're talking about this year too. So right. GG, I don't know how much impact he's gonna have on this year since he's gonna be hurt. He coming back so late.
You know what I mean? Not a veteran team.
Right. I definitely think that the Memphis State, as of now, they need Marcus right now. But I still don't think it's going to be too much of nothing. But let's get back to where y'all want to start. Y'all want to start with we already kind of really did Memphis, so we might as well stay with the contenders for now. We'll move up to the elite. So let's go with the Pelicans, because Jordan, you brought them up. You said you don't think they belong in this contenders category. So chill, just to make sure we got some clarity about this tier list. So the elite teams are the teams that really can win the championship, and then the contenders were pretty much teams that we think can make to the conference finals, and if something goes right, maybe get there. Okay, and so y'all think that the Pelicans are one of those teams?
I don't. I don't,
So
and I'm gonna tell you why. No, I'm gonna tell you why I don't think the Pelicans can contend. They can be a playoff team, but they got too much inconsistency in what they do. Zion show up sometimes when he feel like it, when he's healthy. Brandon Ingram show up sometimes when he's healthy and when he feel like it. So, and then you add DeJounte Murray in there too. He's a great guard. I'm a huge fan of DeJounte Murray, but at the same time, that's a relatively new team. New system for him. He got to learn them. And I just don't think they have enough time to figure that out with so many teams emerging in the West. I do think they rely on CJ McCollum too much. Like, I think they need to go ahead and let CJ McCollum either come off the bench or trade him, because he can't be your number 2 option shooting the way he shoot. Like, he can't be that. And I just think it's just way too many teams that's pushing that bubble, just like they trying to push the bubble to contend for the Western Conference, but I just don't see him as a threat. They're an exciting team, absolutely. They're exciting, but Zion only gonna play 60 games at most.
What you think?
Maybe 65.
I think my problem I have with the Pelicans, roster-wise, I'm with like everybody who just loves them because of the roster. I really like the whole roster, to be honest with you. My problem I have with them though is they have a whole bunch of players. I just don't think they fit with each other. I really don't.
Right.
It's just like, you just see talent. Sometimes we get too enamored in seeing, they got talent. They got to win. You know what I'm saying? But as Chill Town will tell you, just because you're like a better player in a situation doesn't mean you're a better fit. I think they have a lot of players on that team that really don't fit with each other. CJ, Brandon, Ingram, I watched a lot of them play together. That talent does not work together, to be honest with you. It just felt like they're just out there. Zion and Brandon Ingram kind of look weird together, stuff like that.
Right. Chills, BI getting traded?
Yeah, I think this thing gets blown up. I don't think New Orleans making the playoffs. I think you to be honest with you, Jordan, you're a lot higher on them than I am. I don't think they make the playoffs. If you think about the playoff teams, I think they are. If you think about the playoff teams, if you think about what they have, I think you're thinking about it from a star standpoint. Okay, Zion played 70 games last year. Okay, I'm going into year 5 with him. How many 70 game seasons am I going to get from Zion? And he broke down at the end. And he broke down at the end. Brandon
that's conspiracy, Chill. That's conspiracy.
What's the conspiracy?
Him breaking down at the end, man. They was about to whoop the Lakers' ass, and somebody tapped him on their shoulder. He said, "Get out of here, bro." I still can't see the injury where he got hurt at. I just didn't see it.
Apparently he had a pulled hamstring. Which
Sure.
when you that big,
He said sure.
when you that big, yes, you got lower body, especially with a guy like him having lower body injuries like that. He's more apt to do that. But I think y'all leaving out an important thing. MTL, you talked about the talent that fits together. The problem that we having is that what they lost. You lose Valanciunas.
Mm-hmm.
You lose Marshall. You lose Nance. Where your dirty work guys at now? Because we're not just going to outscore everybody. Y'all don't
Who
have
did they
that
get back from them?
No, they don't
Who did
got
they get
that.
back from them?
Okay, so Valanciunas, they didn't get anything back from him because he walked out the
Nothing.
front door.
Yeah.
Okay, not
Didn't sign
Najee
him
Marshall. And
Signed with the
Najee
Mavericks,
Marshall,
right?
Yep, he walked out the front door. Nance, I think they traded Nance. They traded
Oh, the
Nance.
kid
DeJounte
from
Murray.
the Hawks, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So to lose those three guys, this is the meat and potatoes of your front line and your defensive wings. To lose that and not replace it with anything, in addition to a guy like Zion who stays beat up. I got a good season out of him this year, but he could definitely break down at any point. Now you're dealing with teams like the Lakers in their front line. You're dealing with teams like Memphis in their front line, Houston in their front line. I mean, there's plenty of teams in the Western Conference that you're dealing with in their front line, and you don't have any big guys. You got Daniel Tice. That's basically anchoring your front line. I wouldn't be surprised if the New Orleans Pelicans didn't make the playoffs this year. I wouldn't.
They can't. Well, chill. They can't play like that. You
Yeah.
can't,
But I also
you
think-
can't,
I also
you can't
think-
play like that. There's no way that they can play a whole season like that. They have to go get somebody at the big.
I'm pretty sure they will.
You can't survive. Yeah, about who though? Because it has to be somebody you can't survive in the West
Because-
with Daniel Tice at the 5.
Because
Boogie, I don't think Boogie can roll right now.
Ox,
I
you
don't
had
know.
you had the whole offseason to do that. You let Valanciunas
Teams
walk
do
out
that,
the front door for nothing. Now,
Yeah.
what we're gonna, and here's the problem with that, Jordan. I understand exactly what you're talking about. Where teams do that and they wait. This ain't the kind of team that has the opportunity to wait because they could fall in the hole early in the Western Conference and be out of it within a month.
they got an ace though. They got an ace. Their ace is trading Brandon Ingram.
Right, their ace is trading Brandon Ingram, but
That's their ace.
more times than not, when you trade a star, you're not getting a star back.
No,
More
they're not
times
gonna.
than not.
They might not get a star back. I really think they're trying to see what Zion does as far as being healthy. Like, can Zion hold down that superstardom? Because remember, Zion shoot about 60% from the field,
Yes,
and
does.
he's elite at scoring.
Yep.
It's just we all question how healthy can he be. Zion damn near can be a mini Jokic type of player because he can get 6.5, 7.5 assists a game too. If you put the ball in his hand a lot.
He don't rebound enough for me as a big guy.
But he can get that. He can get eight rebounds too. You know, Zion might get you 27 points per game.
Yeah.
Now the only pushback that I'm saying about them letting Najee, what's his name? Najee Marshall leave, that increased the role for Herb Jones and Troy Murphy.
Right.
I'm okay with that. To me, I'm cool with increasing the role for them too because Najee Marshall was just there to kind of, how sometimes you better than a guy, but he just know everything right now.
Right.
And we just waiting on our turn. I think you increase it. Now Troy Murphy or Herb Jones end up being a semi-max player. So you get them more opportunities with a lead guard like DeJounte Murray, man. DeJounte Murray is an elite guard.
I think that you're buying into the hype of DeJounte Murray. He doesn't defend like he used to. Yes, 100% you are. He doesn't defend like he used to. He used to be a damn good defender on ball. He used to be a damn good defender off ball.
He had to increase his workload.
That's a myth now. How much more does his workload need to increase? He was playing plenty in Atlanta. It wasn't like he was playing behind somebody. He was playing plenty in Atlanta.
He had to increase his workload as far as on the offensive side.
Well,
that usually happens.
How much
Can't
more
wait for DeJounte to prove y'all wrong.
I'm a huge DeJounte fan.
How much more does his workload need to increase? He was playing with a double-digit assist guy last year, so he was involved in the offense heavy. It wasn't like he had a guy that wouldn't get off the basketball. That's number one. Number two,
but he's a point guard. I don't know if he needs to play off the ball.
You don't know if he needs to play off the ball?
Yeah.
No, because that's tough, man. He's a point guard. Him playing off the ball, he's not a knockdown shooter. It's very, very tough. It's frustrating too. And I just don't think that tandem was a great tandem, or they gave up on it too fast in Atlanta.
So now with him playing on the ball and him being more of a distributor, he's not going to be the scorer that you're looking for because I got Brandon Ingram and I got Zion, who also needs the basketball, right? So Zion doesn't play without the basketball. We ain't putting Zion in the dunker spot. We're not putting Zion in the middle of the zone. We're not going to do that. So what are we going to do with Zion? Zion is the most effective when he's out high. In fact, when New Orleans went on that winning streak last year, they had Zion at the lead guard spot. I'm not just going to take Zion off the ball. That's not
y'all. But y'all looking at this all the way wrong anyway. Y'all looking at this way wrong because you're getting too technical with it. This is a style thing. Y'all got to remember who DeJounte Murray is and his style of play. You know what I'm saying? And the way and the type of basketball player he is. He's just a hooper. You move him away from what's going on over there in Atlanta with Trae Young and all that and having to do this and do that. And now you put him on a team with dogs, young dogs.
Yeah,
like
that's how he
Trey Murphy.
plays.
You know what I'm saying? Herb Jones, Zion, B.I. He's gonna fit right at home. DeJounte don't need to go out there and score 30. He fine with just playing good basketball, running the court, dunking on dudes, doing this thing. You know
and think about this though.
Play that style of ball. He a dog. Y'all forget who DeJounte is.
No, but think about this though. From a coach's standpoint, he don't always have to be on the floor with Zion and Brandon Ingram at the same time.
Who else gonna play, Jordan?
You can take one of them out, put Troy Murphy in and Herb Jones in and let him run it.
And we already know what Herb Jones is. We already know who Herb Jones is on the wing. Herb Jones is a defender. Herb Jones isn't going to give you. He's not knocking down open shots like that. I ain't saying that he can't.
We're talking about a whole season. We talking about a whole season. We talking about stretches of the game. I just need 7 minutes with DeJounte on the floor, Herb Jones, Troy Murphy, maybe Zion, and maybe Tice. Give me that lineup and let us rock for 7 minutes. I don't have to be what I am in the same lineup with Brandon Ingram in there. Now I know I'm deferring. Now I know I'm playing defense. But when Brandon Ingram goes sit down, we don't really lose nothing because I can be Brandon Ingram too. That's all I'm saying. Like, it's style.
And the defense is the defense over there. They're
gonna be good on ball defenders. They got a lot of on ball defenders. So they're gonna be running in transition. DeJounte fit well over there. I just don't think CJ McCollum fit over there.
I always thought CJ was better off the basketball than he was on.
I think CJ is better off the bench. I think
CJ needs to be a six man
off the bench
for sure.
Yes,
he definitely
absolutely.
Does.
I think CJ can go
for sure.
I think CJ can go to Dallas and be hell of a 6-man. Hell of a 6-man. Just okay, Luka, sit down.
What
CJ go in there, go crazy.
That's crazy.
That's what I think he got to do.
Chill out. That's doing too much for Dallas, though.
Man, Dallas won the championship. CJ McCollum as a 6-man, bro. But he lived under this hype that I'm a 20 points a game scorer, but that shit look ugly. Like that shit don't look good. Like I don't want my guard. You're not Allen Iverson. I don't want my guard that damn small, taking all them damn shots just to get 20 points, bro. I just don't want that shit. I want you to be more efficient.
CJ actually isn't a bad shooter. He can shoot.
He's not a bad shooter, but it's just how he shoot it.
He's not inefficient, and I don't the aesthetics, the aura. Sure, I've never seen the commissioner come up to the podium and say barely NBA champions. You didn't look good doing it.
No. He ain't no NBA champion though.
Yeah, nobody cares
CJ
about
shit the bed in the playoffs. He not this year.
What I'm looking at with this New Orleans team, and Ox alluded to it. You talked about the ballers. With the ballers, we still have the dirty work guys that we need. I can dig Trey Murphy. I can absolutely dig Herb Jones. I'm a Herb Jones stan if anybody knows me. I love Herb Jones. But when you don't have a front line to contend with what's going on in the Western Conference, with that glass cleaner in Sacramento that they have, with that defensive force that they have in Los Angeles with Anthony Davis, with what they got with the Lakers, and what they got with the Lakers, right? What they got in Memphis, what they got with Joker, what they got in Dallas. When you have all of these guys and the New Orleans Pelicans, when you only have Daniel Tice to do all of the dirty work, and then what I'm relying on a guy in Zion Williamson who maybe can hold up, possibly can hold up, and Brandon Ingram, who doesn't look like he's been happy for at least 2 years now, in a nightmare of a Western Conference.
That he just might not like New Orleans.
That equals to me a team that doesn't look like they're a playoff team, just off the strength of them not having enough dirty work guys.
Right. Swipe,
I think they got the dirty work guys, though. I think they got the dirty work guys.
Where though, Jordan? You keep saying they got the dirty work guys on the front line. Where are they?
No, they don't have obviously on the front line with the center part. But I'm talking about with the guards like Herb Jones, Trey Murphy. Then you add DeJounte Murray, who's an elite dirty work guy. You're right.
You right about that, Jordan. But the thing about it is, regardless of the dogs and the dirty work players that we've been alluding to for this past 5-6 minutes, it's not gonna mean nothing if they don't beef up that front line. They got to have some size.
They got to get a big. Absolutely.
I see people in the comments saying that Valanciunas isn't good or whatever.
No, he's solid.
That's the point about it is he's still a force on the paint, regardless if his skill set is immaculate or if he has touch or whatever it is that they want him to do. Regardless of that, he's still a force on the block. So They need that.
Yeah.
They got to put some weight on the block. If they don't do that, then it's not gonna really matter.
This lineup, this is a game.
Hey, but they
67.
got Missy. Hey, they got Missy.
Game
You don't like Missy
67
from-
lineup.
This is a game 67 lineup. This is a 0 minutes played all year lineup. What is this? What did I walk into? Where's Ron? Where's Mars?
Ron got the boot. I'm hosting.
You're hosting today?
Yeah, they needed a
Yeah.
W host, so they got Ron up out of here.
Hey, chill. You
I
don't
was
like
just
Missy from
surprised
Baylor?
to hear.
You don't like Missy from Baylor?
I like him.
He gonna be okay. Like, hey, he decent. He ain't Valanciunas, but he decent.
Oh, can we all agree that Memphis and New Orleans didn't belong in this contenders category? Can we all agree?
I
on that?
agree. 100% agree. Ain't no
No, I
possible way
disagree.
that
Who is in the contenders category?
Memphis,
I got you.
only 4 teams.
I think
Okay,
Memphis is going to be back in the middle of it, but New Orleans, no, I'm good on New Orleans.
Right. Well, no, the contenders are there's 1, 2, 3. There's 8 contenders and 3 elite. So of the contenders, yes, Swiper. Actually, Swiper, you guys are in the contenders category with the Sixers, the Cavs.
Oh, league wide.
Yeah. Wide. Yeah. So it's the Sixers, Cavs, Bucks, and Mavs. They're contenders. You don't agree with those 4?
No, not even. No, the Cleveland definitely no.
Wait,
Okay, I can-
not-
but
I
you
think
also
we're gonna get to Cleveland next. Let's get to Cleveland next. But then after that 4, it's Nuggets, Grizzlies, Pelicans, Knicks.
No.
None of them.
No. I'm not Nuggets, Grizzlies, Pelicans, Knicks.
Yeah.
This
Well,
is-
look. So the elite teams, the 3 teams that actually they say really actually have a chance of winning the championship are the Wolves, Celtics, and Thunder.
No.
What? The Thunder? Why the hell would the Thunder being there over the Nuggets?
Well, the Thunder should be there. The Wolves should not be there. The Thunder, I'm cool with them.
No. The Thunder should not be there. The Wolves and the Nuggets should be there.
All right, we'll get there. Let's go back to the contenders tier and let's talk about the Cavaliers. MTL, you want to kick it off? What do you think about the Cavaliers being contenders?
As a Orlando Magic supporter, I can't stand with that one because I personally feel like we're a better team than them. I feel like if Franz would have had a better game, we would be talking completely different about this Cavs lineup. I know Chill thinks that they got better. Obviously I feel like our team got better. I think we're better than them. So by default, I can't have them up there. I'll have them on the same tier as us. That's my personal opinion. I don't think they're better than us. But I don't think we're a championship contending team. So
Who put this list together? This is a general list.
This was yesterday on the panel. They put the Chill. Who was all up here with you yesterday?
It was me. Who am I thinking about? It was me,
Oh,
Penn,
John-
Mars, John D, and Ron.
No,
Mars.
Mars wasn't here yesterday.
Not Mars.
No,
me,
Mars wasn't
Penn,
here.
me, Penn, Ron, and John D.
What was
Who
the
gave Mars a day off?
Mm-hmm.
It looked like Mars taking all week off. He low managing.
That's
And
what
he
I'm
went-
saying. He in the comments. He talking about what I got going on.
what was the
Yeah.
justification for Cleveland putting in the contenders list?
I
think-
don't know.
What's the justification for putting
That was
Cleveland?
Chill's pick. That was Chill's pick.
First and foremost, they've gotten better every
Mhm.
year. Last year they were decimated by injury. They won 2 games out of the 2 spot last year.
Chill, they lost their coach this year.
Yes, they did, and they got a damn good coach in Atkinson. I can tell you that right now. Kenny
He's
Atkinson
close
is
to
a
JB Bickerstaff.
Kenny Atkinson is a damn good coach. He took that Brooklyn team to the playoffs in the bubble without Kyrie Irving, without Kevin Durant, and he had D'Angelo Russell as an all-star that year. So Kenny Atkinson, he actually teaches defense. He's actually a good offensive coach. He was in Golden State with Steve Kerr. He was actually he was some of the brains behind what was going on up there. He's a damn good coach. That team,
Jordan, it ain't always about better. Sometimes you just need something different. He might not be a
Was
better
only there
coach,
for like
he's
2
different.
years. Bickerstaff was only 2-3 years.
I think Bickerstaff's a damn good coach. I think Detroit's going to be a lot better than people give them credit for this year. They're not going to be 25 game losing.
I think Donovan Mitchell got JB Bickerstaff fired just like he do with just like the same shit happened in Utah. Donovan Mitchell just gonna keep getting guys
in Utah.
fired.
Why did
I don't-
Donovan? Why
Or
would Donovan
broke
Mitchell
that
be
shit up.
that he was fired?
Because Donovan Mitchell cries like hell. Number one, I think he cries like hell.
About
I think
what?
him and that Rudy Gobert situation could have been fixed had he just put all of that foolishness to the side. Like Donovan Mitchell, to me, thinks he's better than what he really is. Like I think Donovan Mitchell is a number 2. To be honest with you, he just an opportunity to where he can play like a number 1. Go ahead.
Well, I just don't want to interrupt anybody so early in the conversation.
Mhm.
But I'll get to that Donovan Mitchell point in a second. I guess I want to ask a clarification thing for Chill. Chill, if given that you think that Cleveland should be a contender, can you make the argument? How do you make the argument they're a contender, but then the Orlando Magic are not in the contender list?
Just because you went 7 games with a team, that does not eliminate you from being a contender. I mean, the Boston Celtics won the NBA championship in 08. They went 7 games in the first round with Atlanta. That happens. You could be in a dogfight with a team and have a bad matchup.
Well, with that, I think when you do talk about the Cleveland Cavaliers, you're probably more than most going to mention the fact that they have a backline defense and Evan Mobley and Jared Allen that's going to take them over the top. That's going to be their T. The thing that makes them work will be their backline defense, and then having Donovan Mitchell as a pop-up scorer, pull-up scorer, getting to the rim, Darius Garland as a distributor. They're going to have those things on the roster. I think that's probably why you would say they're there. I'm going to
Not solely, but keep going. Not solely, but keep going.
their best assets. Like, you know, on the other end, the Magic are going to be probably the best defense in the league again.
They can beat Cleveland.
Right. And then on top of that, if Paolo takes another leap and he becomes a better jump shooter, which we hope he will, Franz takes a leap. They're so young. They're going to be year 3 players. Well, one of them is going to be a year 3 player. Their starting lineup is going to be Jalen Suggs, KCP, Franz, Paolo, Wendell Carter with Mo Wagner coming off the bench.
Oh, stop. Hold on. Jonathan Isaac going to be in that lineup, brother.
He's not going to be starting.
No, he's going to come off the bench.
You don't think so? Bro, Jonathan Isaac is freaking amazing, number one.
No,
Who would he be starting over?
I could put him in there for KCP, but
So you would put
No,
him at
no,
the two? You would put him at the 2?
I put him at
Nah,
three.
put Franz at the 2.
Put him at 3. Their lineup is tough. Franz can play, bro.
No,
Franz is about 6'7" too.
Yeah, Franz
no,
bigger than
wait.
6'7". Franz
Oh,
about
yeah.
6'10".
He's like 6'7", 6'8".
No, he's
No,
like-
Franz
no,
about
he's
Franz
about
about
6'10".
6'10".
Yeah,
Franz
he's
is
about
6'10".
6'10". And he's
Yeah.
not a good.
They both
Jonathan Isaac 6'11".
So you realize though
Jonathan
that if
6'11",
you did that, then you would be running Jalen Suggs, Franz, Paolo, Isaac, Wendell Carter. Where do you get any of your real space?
Anthony Black is probably going to – you don't think Anthony Black's going to take that spot?
Over
No,
who?
no.
Suggs.
So
No.
wait, hold on. Just
Michael, we getting off the subject here.
I know, but I just want to be clear because I feel like Jordan bringing up a major point. So Jordan, your ideal lineup for the Orlando Magic would be Anthony Black, Franz.
No,
Wagner.
that's not my idea. I'm just asking. Like, I'm just asking. Like, they drafted – what did they draft Anthony Black
2 years ago.
Last year was his first
Like
year.
7
Bro, I'm
or
saying
8.
7. I want to say they drafted
Yeah,
7. They
yeah,
drafted
like
Suggs
7,
2,
8.
right? They drafted Suggs.
5.
What,
2 years.
five?
Three drafts ago.
All of our stars was top 10 picks.
But I guess what? But how would that
Bags.
work with Anthony Black, Franz, Jonathan Isaac, Paolo, and Wendell?
I don't know, man. I think you maybe can take Wendell out.
And put who?
KCP. Slide KCP in there.
That's what I was
So-
going to. Oh, my bad.
So Paolo at the
Go
5.
ahead. No, Paulo's not gonna play the 5. Why?
Mm-mm.
Who's
It would be
playing?
Why?
JR. It would be
Jonathan
JR
play the 5.
in that situation.
It'll be who?
It would be Jonathan Isaac. We did that lineup.
Jonathan
before.
Isaac at the 5.
Yeah.
Bro, Jonathan Isaac 6'11", bro.
He played
Yeah.
the 5 last year.
Yeah, he did that for the playoffs. We took Wendell out and we put him at the starter. But it didn't work versus Cleveland. They had too much size.
So I guess to answer the question, Chill, is I think I would have a hard time outright putting them above the Magic, let alone making them a contender. And on top of that, typically, I mean, you don't need a superstar. Do you think? Well, and then to be clear, Donovan Mitchell was great in the playoffs last year for the most part, and then he got injured, and so he had some things that affected him. I think Donovan Mitchell is a really good player. I think he's one of the 10 to 15 best players in the world. I think he's in the conversation for best shooting guard, probably still. Do you think that Cleveland is going to have what's their? So to be a contender, you have to make an argument to say you could win the Eastern Conference. Basically, what would be their argument to win the Eastern Conference over like a Boston, a Knicks, a Sixers for some people?
To be in the conversation, I feel like what they do defensively, and I don't think that you give Donovan Mitchell enough credit as a playmaker. I think a lot of the stuff that he did last year as a 6 assist guy, that could have been 7, that could have been 8, that could have been 9 assists, where I'm watching him in transition crack the ball to guys like Wade, crack the ball to guys like Strus, who didn't make open shots. I think that could improve this year. And you got rotation guys like Karis LeVert. You got rotation guys like Isaac Okoro, who had gotten better last year as a long ball shooter. Karis LeVert is one of the best rotation players in the league. Evan Mobley missed almost half the season last year. He missed 30 games. I think he missed 30-something games last year. He had a knee injury. I think he's the defensive player of the year this year. With him being what he was with him being that this year, plus with Darius Garland being more comfortable playing with Donovan Mitchell as he was previous to that. Again, they were only 2 games out of the number 2 seed. And with them being only 2 games out of the number 2 seed, with Donovan Mitchell being banged up, with
there was
Evan
also
Mobley,
injuries why the 2 seed was like that too.
With Donovan Mitchell being banged up, with Evan Mobley missing half of the season, Jared Allen played at an all-star pace last year. That high-low action between both Evan Mobley and Jared Allen was working. But Evan Mobley, he was in and out of the lineup, so we couldn't get any consistency with it. If we can get these guys to stay healthy, not only get these guys to stay healthy, with Darius Garland playing more comfortably with Donovan Mitchell, I feel like they're right. I feel like they're a top 3 seed in the East. Maybe even.
Do you think they're too small in their backcourt to be able to hold up defensively, like for multiple rounds?
The reason why I don't think that is because of what we have on the front line. I feel like that front line can make up for that. I've seen that in the past where you've had small guards, even though you got a lot of bigger guards today. When you had small guards who were able to be supplemented by big guards. Right. So even 2 of them, because Donovan Mitchell, I feel like he's so good off the basketball in passing lanes. I feel like he's so good off the basketball when he's digging in the paint. And he's also a damn good rebounder at his size. Right. So with him being able to do that, I think that they can be exploited sometimes in mismatches.
So pretend you're switch hunting with their Boston, for instance, and Jason Tatum has the ball. You run a KP-JT screen and roll with Mitch or with Garland, and then obviously you're going to have Jared Allen or Evan Mobley who's dropping. So I guess in that instance, neither one of them are really good screen navigators. How do you if we get into that action?
A better screen navigator than Darius.
Oh yeah, he's better than him, but I would not say he's good. So how do you counteract that for multiple possessions, like in a 4-quarter setting? If you got like Drew, Derek, KP, JT, JB, how would they be able to withstand that? And then offensively, where's their shot making coming from, like consistently outside of D Mitch, do you think?
Well, I feel like we don't give Donovan Mitchell. Well, let's rewind. Let's talk about the defense. So again, as good as I think Boston is, they can rely on the long ball a lot more than other people do. And not only do they rely on the long ball more than people do, they also let teams off the hook with their shot selection. So when you get switches, like when you get Donovan Mitchell switched on to Jaylen Brown, when you get Darius Garland switched on to Jason Tatum, he might let him off the hook numerous times. And that could help Cleveland's offense. In fact, it helped their offense. That's how they was able to get a game. Now, when you're talking about offensively, this is what I mean when I say that Donovan Mitchell doesn't get nearly as much credit, one, as a transition player and getting guys involved in transition downhill, because that defense with both Jared Allen and Evan Mobley can help speed the game up and make them play faster. So we don't have to get sucked into a game where we're playing half court consistently. That's how they was able to get by Orlando, because even though the game slowed down, they were able to speed the game up from time to time. And they had a guy in Donovan Mitchell that they can go to in the meat and potatoes of the game, which Orlando didn't. When they had Paolo, he ran out of gas.
Well, Swiper, where do you have the Cavs, Swiper?
Oh, they're second tier. I think the only first
so
tier
that's
team.
Second tier is contenders.
No, I don't really think they're real contenders. I think the Celtics, I think the Knicks. I would even say I believe that the Sixers have the ability to get there. I would say those are the three.
I'm talking about just based on how they did the tiers yesterday. They're basically saying that only the Wolves, Celtics, and Thunder can win the championship, and the contenders were these other 8 teams. Do you think that the Cavs?
Why would the Thunder be in there?
Well, real quick. Do you think that the Cavs belong in that second group, or do you think that
if we're basing it off that, like they have a pathway of getting to the finals? No.
Right. No. Okay. What about you, Jordan? What do you feel like the Cavs? No. So, MTEL or the Cavs? Do the Cavs belong in this contenders category?
No. I think they're the tier right under it.
And that was pretenders. Was that mid? That was pretenders. I think.
No, I think it was mid, and then pretenders.
It was mid.
Well, where were
It was
the
funny,
Pacers in this? Are the Pacers in that?
They
too?
were in mid. They were in mid.
They were not in the contenders.
No, they're
No.
not.
Didn't they just?
We
They
can,
just made
we
the
can,
Eastern
we
Conference
can, we
Finals.
can definitely get to that too.
Damn, why Milwaukee can't be a contender?
Milwaukee is in contenders.
Oh, because y'all saying
They're not in elite with the Celtics, Thunder, and Mavs. They're in the second tier, the contender tier. The
Why
Bucks.
wouldn't they be though?
If
we can move on to them next.
I had them in the contender, but whoever you had, the same reason why I had Milwaukee, the same reason why I have Denver in the contender logic is the same reason why I have Milwaukee in there, because you got arguably the best player on the planet. But Ox, I don't want to step on what you were saying. Who were you moving on to?
I was just gonna go next team. We could go with Milwaukee. We already had it that way. That's fine with me. Let's
Right.
get to Milwaukee. What do you? Why? Because you placed them here in contenders. Chill. You did Milwaukee.
I didn't. I didn't.
No.
I didn't place them in contenders. No, I didn't.
And if you would have been you who got the Bucks, where would you have put them? Here in contenders, would have put them up there with an elite.
I think
Would they be mid?
I think they fool's gold. But the fact that they got arguably the best player on the planet, they have to be in the conversation. Just off
In
the
this
strength
group,
that
in contenders.
just off the same reason why Denver. It's just, even though I think Denver's got a better team than Milwaukee, but the fact that Milwaukee has arguably the best player in the league, and he does so much for them, they have to be in the conversation.
And they got Damian Lillard.
So they're properly rated in this contenders category.
I think they fool's gold, but I mean, again, I understand it.
Jordan,
I think they contenders. But I get the reasons why people don't think so. But one thing, I see people talk about Doc is a fraud too. I agree. But one thing about Doc is his team probably gonna win 57 games, 60 games, maybe 60, and they can get in the playoffs and beat anybody, like literally anybody. Like you wouldn't want to play them in the first round. And if if the tough matchup is in the first round and they happen to win, what's gonna stop them from being a championship team?
Talking about the Bucks?
Yeah, the Bucks. Like, what's going to stop them from being a championship team?
They're going to have a horrific playoff defense again.
Horrific, Swiper. One more time for the people in the cheap seats, like an 18.
They're going to be small in the backcourt and with worse.
If Giannis isn't hurt, you think that stops
their defense when he was on the court, by the way, in the playoffs versus the Heat was also horrendous.
Yeah, but I think Giannis was still hurt. I think Giannis was pretty much hurt all year, to be honest with you.
But they had a mid defense this year.
I know. So I'm saying I think they were hurt all year.
Their starting lineup,
they coached in the middle of the season.
Well, their starting lineup was good. They have probably the top 3 starting lineup in hoops last year. But again, Damian Lillard, hopefully DeLon Wright. I would start DeLon Wright. Damian Lillard, Gary Trent, DeLon Wright, Pat Connaughton. That's going to be their guard rotation.
Yeah.
So, do you think? And then Chris Middleton has 2 ankle surgeries apparently this summer. So he's going to have to hold it defensively. And then Brook Lopez didn't look great defensively. He's getting older. So that means Giannis is going to have to probably do more defensively from round 1 on. And then you're putting a large load on a man that's already going to be their best offensive option consistently, even over Dame, because Dame is just more jump shot reliant.
Dame can do that consistently too, though, regardless. Like,
well, I think I'm saying
you don't have to rely on Giannis.
Well, Dame has never had a good past first round series in his life. So
no, I'm not saying he has to pass that. I'm saying that he can be that consistency.
But Dame has. I'm saying Dame has never, like, even last year he got hurt in the playoffs, and then he's also never been good past the first round in his career yet.
He's never been great. He's been good. He's never been great.
Well, sure, whatever. Semantics. So
no,
Dame's
it's not
also
semantics,
a bad defender.
He's never been great. He's never
what's
been
good?
What he was.
What's a bar of good? What's a bar of good? Who's a good playoff guard consistently?
A good playoff guard consistently. He hasn't been first team All NBA Damian Lillard. No, he hasn't been that.
He also hasn't been a second option on the team either.
So,
do you think he's going to be able to hold up defensively enough to be able to make it viable?
That's where the separation comes with me. They don't have enough guys to protect him, and he doesn't defend. He doesn't give the effort defensively on a championship level. He doesn't do that. I think that's the difference. The fact that he can score the basketball.
Not very many guards that do that, though. To be honest with you,
it's
not very many guards that do that.
It's plenty of guards who give effort on defense. Plenty.
No, not plenty. I'm talking about elite level in the starting lineup.
He didn't say elite level. Elite level is a different tier than give effort.
No, there's a difference between playing defense at an. I ain't asking for Herb Jones. I ain't asking for Alex Caruso. What I am asking for is effort. And Damian Lillard
he's basically saying I'm asking for 23 Jamal or for Austin Reeves level first round effort last
That's
year.
all I'm gonna give me effort. Damian Lillard doesn't give me.
But I think that's a little bit hard for you to say like, give me Austin Reeves effort. Like Austin Reeves ain't gonna give you Damian Lillard effort on production on offense. So like. It's a give and take. Like he's not.
Yeah. Austin Reeves averaged 23, 5, and 5, I believe, in 50-40-90 in the Western Conference Finals. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he's great.
Do that. He absolutely did.
Yeah, he played. He got swept
against Memphis.
He got swept, coach.
And he got busy against Memphis too. And he
got swept.
But 100%. But it's not a give and take. Those two things, because it's not like he's a minus. It's not like he's a minus on offense. So those two players do not count as the same. No, I'm not saying that. The difference is you have guys who are a minus on defense, but you have guys to protect them, and there's nobody to protect Damian Lillard. When you got guys, I've said this all season.
I think DeLon Wright would be nice with them, coach. I think he'll be giving them some bob.
I like the kid.
Pat Connaughton will too.
And you know the difference. But you know the difference. The reason why you like Pat Connaughton, that effort is there. That effort isn't there. That effort isn't there.
But it don't have to be because he's more productive. But like I think
it does have to be. How does it not have to be?
No, I think when y'all talking about these players, y'all talking about greats, bro. Y'all talking about the two-way players of the world like Mike.
No, I'm not doing that, Jordan.
Bro,
I'm not asking you to be okay on the perimeter. I'm not asking for that. What I am asking though is I'm asking not to switch 1s and 5s. I'm not asking for Brook Lopez.
Give me a bar.
I'm asking for Brook Lopez to not be switched on the Tyrese Halliburton 22 feet away from the basket.
Wait, do you think
that's a scheme though? I don't think he wanted to do that.
So hold on. Do you think Ayo Dosunmu's a good two-way player?
Not really. He's a role player, bro. He's like
no, Jordan. Don't conflate. You said not really. He's a role player. I'm asking. Do you think he's a good two-way player?
Decent. He's a decent player. He's pretty much average on both sides of the ball. He might be a little bit better on defense.
He is not an average. He is not average on either side. He's a positive on both ends. But Ayo would be a player like.
Why wouldn't Ayo be average on offense? You don't think Ayo's average? I think
Ayo's an above average offensive player. I think he's like a good offensive player relative to his role.
Comparing to who? Comparing
to
who?
Offensive player than KCP. He's a better offensive player than KCP.
Skill wise, production wise, I'm gonna disagree with you, bro.
No, he's a better passer, playmaker, dribbler, and creator than KCP is.
But you're talking about what he could do. I'm talking about the things that he does, like production wise.
I'm saying he does any day with the Bulls.
Any day of the week.
Do you watch basketball outside of the Clippers and your friend that you said is built like Giannis? Do you watch?
Yes.
Do you watch outside of that?
For sure. What I'm saying is you going off of, he got a skill set. He has the ability to do it. What I'm talking about is KCP over Ayo. They both role players. Who you taking?
Well, it depends on what your team is. I would rather.
It don't depend on nothing. I'm taking KCP. No, it does not. Bro, KCP was an $80 million player for a reason. Like,
wait, hold on. Ayo was never a free agent on the market like that, though. And also, just because wait, hold on. Another player, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, he's only making $4.5 million. Are we saying that he's not a good combo guard? That's a very good two-way player.
Who is better out of KCP and Nickeil Alexander-Walker?
I think
you are running that, bro.
But we're not even having. I don't know where KCP came from in the first place. Chill. I don't know where did I bring up KCP or did I ask like?
No, you did. You bring that up. You tell me. You said compare Ayo to KCP.
I'm saying he's a better offensive player. The question that I originally asked was relative to like a good two-way defender in the original conversation. Who are the names of good two-way defenders that won't cost you a lot of money but can get secondary options to Dame Lillard? I'm saying I think DeLon Wright. I think Bruce Brown. I think Ayo Dosunmu. I think Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
$50 million, right?
No, he's making 22.5, but he also got overpaid on the market. I'm saying that like that's the tier of player you need next to Dame. I don't know if they have that on their roster to be able to protect Dame enough because I'm still hunting Dame. And guess what? I'm hunting Dame.
After him, Swiper.
I'm hunting Dame and I'm hunting Giannis. I'm hunting both of them. I want both of them up. I want both of them up. Both of them,
particularly Dame, because I can get him switched on anybody,
and then particularly Giannis, because I want Giannis away from the rim. If you're telling me I can get Giannis in space, and then it's all Brook back there, then let's eat. That's the conversation. Like, are the Bucks going to be able to counter enough defensively to be able to withstand the offensive onslaught they're going to allow? And then can they score enough on the other end consistently? That's the question. That's why I don't know if people think Bucks are contenders.
I think them hiring Adrian Griffin in the first place was a disaster. That's number one. I think number two, them firing him in the middle of the year is even more of a disaster. And I think you try to bring in a coach who tries to bring in this new thing, and it's just not going to work because you started in the middle of the season. I think you give them their identity in the offseason, and they got something to work with. They a lot better defensively. I don't even think they believed in Adrian Griffin, to be honest with you. Like I think they had issues with him from the beginning.
They had to. They fired him way too early. They had to.
Yeah, he fired what's the coach that came from Portland?
Well, he left. Terry, I believe Terry just left.
Terry Stotts. Do you know why? Because they got into it at practice.
Yeah, we covered that a lot. We covered that a lot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like I don't think they believed in that anyway. To have a coach that you don't believe in, you're not buying into nothing that a coach say. Give a damn about no defense. Like I'm not buying into that.
But they were also they got better defensively with Doc. But like the question is their personnel versus the Eastern Conference? So versus the Knicks, versus the Celtics, versus the 76ers. Will they have a viable enough defense? Because guess what? Because the Eastern Conference is getting better, finally, goodness gracious, finally have guard play in the Eastern Conference. Tyrese Maxey. They're going to have to cover him in space. Will they do that? Paul George. They're going to have to cover him in space with their wing defenders. And then you're looking at the Celtics, Drew Holiday, Derek White, JB, JT. They can all dribble. Apparently Sam Hauser is the next thing coming. It's a two-way player. Didn't realize that because he's putting the clamps on Luka Doncic. Like, there's multiple teams now. Tyrese Halliburton. Coach, if they're healthy, and you got Tyrese, Aaron Nesmith, Pascal Siakam, Miles Bridges, and then Benny's back next year.
Let's get this straight, Swiper. Let's get this straight. Let's get this on record right
Go
now.
ahead.
Are you saying the Pacers beat the Bucks in the 7-game series? They
Well,
meet each other in the second round. You're telling me the Pacers putting it on the Bucks?
They have already shown that the Bucks have no answer for them whatsoever.
Yeah, but this year, right now, this year.
Yeah, I'm saying like I think they're on the same tier, but I think that's the problem, Mox. I don't think either one of those players.
You muted you.
Look, Giannis and
hold on, real quick,
Jordan.
Hold on, Jordan, real quick.
Mic check.
Say something.
Mic check. 1 2.
Okay, yeah, you good.
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay, I'm good.
But
I think Giannis averaging 42 points a game in that series, Ox.
Dame and Giannis was hurt this year, bro.
No, but I'm saying Giannis was there in the regular season.
Jordan,
No, I'm
stop
talking
saying
about
that
this year.
Giannis was hurt. He had his most productive season this year. He shot his highest field goal percentage.
I'm talking about the playoffs.
Points.
I'm talking about the playoffs.
Okay, in the playoff, but I'm talking about you said he was hurt most of the year. If you think
Man,
about what he
Pacers
did all
got
year
shooters,
long.
bro. I don't know where you've been, Jordan. Pacers got shooters.
No, I like the Pacers. I'm going off of Ox's question. Ox's question was in a 7-game series, who win out of the Bucks and the Pacers? And Swiper said the Pacers didn't show they ain't. I mean the Bucks didn't show they ain't got an answer.
They don't.
And I'm saying Dame and Giannis was hurt this year.
But what's that? The Pacers were hurt. They got hurt versus the Celtics. I think they could have gave the Celtics a better run.
So Swiper, you don't believe that the Bucks belong in this category.
Jordan is going strict. Jordan is going strictly off these dudes being ballers. That's it. He ain't going off nothing else.
So Swiper, you are with Chill on this. You think they're fool's gold as well?
Well, I just think they have a very flawed team, and I don't know if they're contenders.
Ox, go back to your original question. Who wins in the series out of the Pacers and the Bucks? Let's answer that question.
What do you think it is? And tell me the games.
I think it's 6 games at most. The Bucks win.
So they solved their defensive issues finally.
What you think on this, MTL?
I think the Bucks could be. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Oh, no,
You said chill. You said chill. Oh, you saw Intel. Go ahead.
Yeah. I would have had the Bucks win that series if Giannis would have played. I picked them to win that series actually because I thought maybe
4-2.
And Dame was hurt. Don't forget Dame was hurt too.
They missed after I think it was game 4. He didn't play the rest of the series.
Intel, don't tell them that Chris Middleton, Giannis, and Dame were all injury prone. Don't say that. Don't say that.
Oh my God!
They are. I mean, at this point, they've all been hurt in the playoffs.
Coach, you liking that?
I mean, that's fine. That's fine. I can take that. I can understand that. But I think a lot of their problems happen because
Intel, can you pick
firing their coach?
Pick this. What do you think the series would be?
If I'm being realistic, accounting for injuries, that would be the only way I would have the Pacers winning. Without the injuries, or I guess less hurt version where they actually make it through the series, yeah, I would have the Bucks winning that. In 5
How many games? How many games?
I would have had them win in 5.
See,
Five.
he was 5. He
But
was
what,
5.
I guess
I
what
did
evidence
see.
do we have that they've been able to put the stop to, I mean, they haven't been able to clamp the Pacers. They got worked all season by the Pacers. Giannis had
That
great
was
numbers.
like a rivalry. It was.
Bro, do the
like,
Pacers
Giannis had
play
great
defense?
numbers.
It
Bro,
was
do the
going back
Pacers
and
play
forth. I'm with
defense?
you on that. I'm with you on that, Swipe.
What'd you say? What'd you say,
Do the
Coach?
Pacers play defense?
Yeah, they actually have a good defensive personnel with Pascal on the court now.
Garbage.
I agree.
They're not
with-
elite. But think about it. They got
agree with
Miles
you, bro.
Turner. Their
Come
three
on, I
defensive
agree
pieces
with
are
you.
going to be Miles Turner,
Chill, say it
Aaron E.
again.
Smith, and then it's gonna be Pascal Siakam. That's not terrible if you put that
They got
next to
one of them.
Hallie and then
They-
and put Obi Toppin out there. Whatever. I'm saying it's not
Obi
terrible.
Toppin is even worse, Swiper. Oh my
It's
god.
not terrible. I'm saying that line. So again, chill because you started yapping before. I'm not saying they're a good defense. I'm saying versus the Bucks, versus that
Okay.
team in particular.
Versus the Bucks, right?
The Bucks. Brook
okay,
Lopez
versus-
can't play
versus
in
the
that
Bucks.
series. Chill. He can't play.
Why couldn't? Why can't he play? If Miles
Bro,
Turner,
I'm putting him on skates. If
if
I'm
Miles
Hallie,
Turner,
he,
if Miles Turner can play,
he.
so all you doing, so what you're doing, what you doing if you're Indiana, who's got? I think Indiana had the worst defense in the league.
Hey, look, hey, chill. You know
They
that,
were
you
the
know
bottom
that,
five
you know the
league.
cartoon, you know
So
the
since you
cartoon,
talking
the
about
Flintstones
that,
start.
right? And you talking about, and you know what, and you know that game, and I said this yesterday, Big Ox. You know that game that they play with the when you drink and you got the bat and you start spinning around. That's Obi Toppin on defense. That's who he is on defense.
What's Dame?
He is
What's
all over the
Dame?
place, right?
What's
See,
Dame?
he's all over the place. So now we get to a point with Indiana.
He
and
acting like he
Milwaukee,
don't hear me.
Where I heard everything that you just
Who's
said.
the worst
Now-
defender on the court?
Let him get his shit off, Swipe.
now we get to a point where, and I'm on record saying this, it's going to be my best player against your best player. Can Giannis win us a series? Can he do that? Can Giannis be the best player in a series and win us a series? If I'm looking at this Indiana team, it might have. I think Giannis went for 60 against them.
But
I think
chill,
he
you
went
know
for-
that's not how basketball's played anymore.
Actually, it is.
No,
when
it's
you're talking
not.
about the
Because
playoffs.
Jokic was the best player in his series, and they lost.
But he was the best player in his series the season before that, and there was a parade in Denver. So
No, but I'm saying, but if you have, if a team throws things at you that
Right.
cause your team issues, which the Pacers,
Jokic was a better player than Anthony Edwards in the series.
I'm really not doing this.
yes.
So
He was.
if we do, no, matter of fact, I want to
Yes,
hear
he
Jordan.
was.
Jordan,
Yes,
no,
he
let
was.
Jordan speak for himself. But Ox, you got the zoom in control, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah, what, put him on the big screen?
Look,
I like.
Go ahead.
I
Hold on,
like-
Jordan.
I
Hold on.
like
Wait till you
Jokic.
get the ISO. Go ahead, Ox.
We can
Go
take
ahead,
the
Ox.
ISO.
Go ahead.
Listen, I like Jokic. I think Jokic is a great player, but I think Anthony Edwards, the stuff that he does for his team,
This some
is
bullshit.
Jokic
I can't
is.
handle this. Nope. I'm
It's
not listening
Jokic
to this.
is.
I'm not.
That's all I'm saying. It's
Chill, let him
Jokic
answer the
is.
question.
No.
Let him answer the question. Was
Nah.
Anthony Edwards better than Joker in that series?
But no, I ain't gonna say he. No, I ain't gonna say he better. But I'm saying that's hard for me to answer that question because it's different, bro. Like you got different teams. Like the impact is different. Like the impact is different, bro. That's all I'm saying. The impact is different, bro.
So again, we agree then that the best player doesn't always win the series. It's about matchups, and I think the Pacers, respectfully, are a horrific matchup for the Bucks. They're too fast and they're too athletic. The Bucks are slow. Would you agree? They're slow. Chill. Come on, chill.
Slower. Yes.
No, they're slow.
They slower than the Pacers. They slower than the Pacers.
Who got quicks?
The Pacers, if we're being honest, the Pacers, I think they had the best pace in the season in the league last year. So there aren't many teams that played faster than them. So they
No,
definitely
I'm just
slower
talking about
than
athletics.
Indiana.
They're slow as a team. Brook is slow-footed. Dame ain't fast.
Yes, he is.
Delon
He still
Wright ain't
is.
fast.
Damn,
No,
it's
no.
fast. What the hell? Damn, it's
Compared to
fast.
the rest of
Yes,
them,
he is.
bro.
Yes, he
Tyrese
is.
Halliburton is. I'm not gonna lie to you, Chill.
come
He's
on,
walking around him. Walking around.
No, Dame is fast. What the hell?
He's not
He's
walking
still-
around because I'm slow. He's walking around
He's still
because he's a
athletic.
pawn on
You
defense.
can't argue that. He's
He's
still
just
athletic.
not-
I
he's
won't
not a very
argue
good defender,
that.
but he's
still
fast
athletic.
though. He's fast.
They are slower than
Who's the
Indiana.
fastest person on the panel right now?
Well, it ain't me. I can tell you
Probably
that right
me.
now. It's definitely not me.
I don't know. I'm pretty solid. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I don't know.
I
I'm not a
see.
racer.
How
I'm not a
far
racer.
is it? Depends on how far is the race.
Let's do 60 yards. No, that's too long. That's too long. 40 yards. 40 yards.
Way
far
too
enough.
damn
No,
long.
that's not far
Let's
enough.
talk about on the basketball court.
Just
Who's the
do-
fastest on the
just-
basketball court? I would
Well,
raise
that's
my
a
hand.
first. That's 94 feet. Y'all.
No,
quick.
if we no.
I'm talking about the basketball
We don't just go down on the basketball court. I'm talking about going down and back. I'm dusting y'all.
Down and back. Oh, so
Down
we're
the
doing
back.
Basketball
Dude.
court?
Yeah, I'm
At
dusting
basketball
y'all down
court?
and back. Yeah.
When the last time y'all hit a treadmill?
Yeah, one of you.
Yeah, day before yesterday, I was on the stair stepper and the treadmill.
I'm hitting sprints. I'm not talking about no treadmill. I'm hitting sprints.
Jordan already got a knee brace on. He's 27.
I don't got no knee brace on. I'm hitting a sprint, bro. I'm hitting a sprint. Yeah. I'm talking about.
All right, my bad. Listen, so this is we brought up the speed thing. I think we can move on from the Pacers and Bucks. If you ask me, I think the Pacers are like one of the worst matchups outside the Celtics for the Bucks. I even think that the 76ers would be a better matchup for the Bucks because it's not about the player, it's about the scheme. Like they're going to be going like this the entire series, and then even in the half court, I'm not going to lie to y'all. Halliburton might be the best half court player in the Eastern Conference. Honestly,
Halliburton,
yes.
All right,
best half court offensive player, best half court offensive player in the Eastern Conference.
Okay, so real quick. I just want to get this final take from y'all real quick on the Bucks. If you think they're properly placed in this contender category, do you think they should be in the elite category, or do you think they should be moved down to mid? And maybe what do you think? How do you think they'll finish this season? Go ahead, Chill.
I think they fool's gold. It's that simple. I don't think that they're the fact that they got this arguably the best player in the league. That's one of the main reasons why they're in this conversation. But I think they fool's gold. I wouldn't be surprised if they got bounced in round one again. That wouldn't surprise me.
What you think, MTL?
Yeah. I feel like it really just depends on Giannis. So like I trust Giannis that much as a player.
Thanks.
I don't trust the team though. I really don't. I don't like the team they've been building around Giannis. Literally since he won a championship, the team been going downhill every year to me, even with the Dame trade.
Yeah. I think they're mid. What did I say, Ox? Mid, I think. Yeah, I think they're mid.
Mid, yes, they should be moved down out of this. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
I think they are contenders. I think with them being healthy, I'm talking about Middleton as well too as Dame and Giannis. I think they're contenders, bro. I trust Giannis just like that too. Like I trust that nobody in the East gonna stop him.
No one.
Do you think they can win the championship this year?
If they get there, yeah.
Yeah. So they should be moved up to elite in your mind.
And the reason why is because they got Giannis. That's I do understand that logic. The fact that they got them. The problem is, I already said it.
Yeah.
So Jordan, you think they should be moved up to elite with the Celtics?
Yeah. I do think they should be moved up to elite with the Celtics, but
Strength of Giannis.
Off the strength of Giannis, man. Then you got Dame. It's not like Giannis is by himself. You got Dame too. Like Giannis and Dame. That's to me, that's a lot.
We're reading names off again like this is Drake versus Kendrick or something like that. They got nothing to do with basketball. Bringing math to a basketball conversation. Knox, tell them. No.
Basketball. Okay.
No, I think the Bucks are right where they should be. I think they're gonna have a lot of issues come playoff time, including health.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's the first four teams. We're gonna pause there for a second, hit some super chats, do some housekeeping, and then we'll get back to the next four squads.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, make sure y'all are liking this video. We should have about 500 likes by now. Y'all get to it and get busy. PCL Final Four. If you check the banner down there, it says it's coming soon. I wasn't given information about how soon it's coming, but I know it's coming soon. So y'all be sure to keep your eyes open. You know what I'm saying? Peel for that. Get ready for the PCL. The four best debaters in the world are in the PC Final Four. Who is that? Is it Mars? We got Mars, Hayes, Pirate, and John D. John D, Mars, Pirate, and Hayes, the four best basketball debaters on the internet, will be coming together to finish the Final Four in the PCL that's coming soon. And y'all keep your eyes open. Get ready for that. Get ready for that. Let's see. Let's get through some of these members. We got some new members today. Starting with Scott Howard. He became a YouTube member today. Appreciate you, Scott. No doubt. Oh, Penn Air Basketball became a YouTube member today as well. Shout out to Penn. Great episode from him yesterday. Wish you could have pulled up today, brother. MTEL 22 became a YouTube member. Appreciate you, MTEL. Okay, that's all for the members. Let's see. Let's get to first super chat, the best super chat of the day, the realest super chat of the day from Mo L. Ron. L. Ron.
Garbage.
Get him out of here. Get him off the floor. Finally, we got a dub host in the building. Mo also said, is BI getting traded? We kind of touched on that a little bit. Some of us felt that he should be traded. Swiper, you wasn't here when we talked about the Pelicans. Do you think BI should be traded? Could you yes or no? What you think?
For what's the goal? To what? To get better?
But of course, I mean, well, if you were the GM over there, would you trade him for whatever reason you think? Whether it's to get
not
better
with the expectation that it's going to make a difference for us in the Western Conference, but I would trade him to build around Zion. Sure, why not? I think there's better pieces they could do. They can get around that roster probably.
Okay.
I don't think BI and Zion are worth having on the team together anymore.
Right.
Have we seen enough of it? Have you seen enough of it?
I don't think so.
Bro, we saw that playing game. All I know is BI couldn't touch the court, and he was fully healthy. Couldn't touch the court. He was such a negative. I just don't want to deal with that anymore.
They got swept out the playoffs. Like he in the meat and potatoes of games, he wasn't playing.
We're talking about the Chris Paul year?
I'm talking about last year.
Yeah, remember they made the playoffs.
They made.
Oh,
the playoffs.
well, I was trying to figure out which year. Yeah, I mean,
He's getting
They got dropped
take
off.
it. This is your best player. This is your best scorer. We in the meat and potatoes of games, and he's off the floor.
Yeah, that did happen.
It
was bad.
Move CJ Cullum, and I think BI gets better.
Can you imagine Oklahoma City in the meat and potatoes of the game? Shea is off the floor. Can you
Move
imagine the meat
CJ
and potatoes
McCollum.
of the game? Can you imagine the meat and potatoes of the game? Luka is off the floor. No Devin Booker. Anthony Edwards is off the floor.
I agree with Mars though. I don't think Brandon Ingram's fully healthy, but anyways, move CJ McCollum, and I think you get Brandon Ingram more shots.
what does he got? 2 more years? 30 mil a year?
I just don't
Brandon
think you
Ingram?
can play. What position is CJ McCollum supposed to play?
The two.
Shooting guard.
What?
I always
one.
thought that he was a two guard.
I think he's a
he's
two
a
guard
one guard.
too, but they be having him playing a one, and he
He's
shoot.
not a point guard.
But he's a
And
good
he
shooter.
shoot.
He's a good
Yes,
shooter.
but you got Brandon Ingram. I want Brandon Ingram to shoot those shots, not CJ McCollum.
Shoot
Fellas,
mid-range
we
shots.
did have a lengthy segment already about the Pelicans, so I don't want
Brandon
to
Ingram,
derail.
real quick, Ox, Brandon Ingram comes off the books after this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, after this
we
year,
still
he
got
comes off the books.
eight more teams to get to, but
Yeah.
real quick, yo, Swiper, Arch wants to know, who's also been a member for a month. He wants to know why you're not wearing anything on your head.
Oh, that's Arch.
Yeah,
That Arch. Tell him to drop $100 Superchat. I'll answer.
You said you look like Charlie Brown. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Capo, who's been a member for 10 months, said Cat was primary defender against KD and Jokic in the series we won this year. I believe he deserves more credit for how adaptable he has been for Rudy and ANT.
Yeah, I think he does deserve credit for adaptability for sure. He also helped win them that game in Game 7 as well.
He's a
Anybody else
max
got-
player, ain't he? He's supposed to, right?
He's what?
Cat's supposed to be a max player, right? He's supposed to help him win, right? Just like I don't want to give him flowers for something he's supposed to do.
Why? You don't get good congratulations for doing a good coaching job?
Not really. They don't. I mean, unless you do an underdog job, yeah. But
You don't get
You gonna do what
congratulations
you're
for doing your
supposed
job?
yes, I do. But this is what I'm saying. I'm saying we like talking about Cat like he's some type of kid, like he's some type of baby, like he did a good job, Cat. And it's like, gives a shit, bro. Like, I want you to play way better than what you are. You're supposed to be a max player. You're supposed to be this guy. You talk like you that dude. Be that dude every night. I don't want to give us a pat on the back because credit how he adapt. No, I don't want no credit how you adapt. I want I want you to get your credit for you being the guy. Take us to the promised land.
But he's not the guy on that team.
He's not the guy.
You just said Ant was maybe better than Joker, so
No, I
he
didn't
also
say that.
he fell apart in that
100%.
series.
No, I did
You
not
did.
say that.
Yes, you
No,
did.
I did not say that. When I answered the
So
question,
what?
I
So
said
what did
no.
you say? Straighten me
I
out.
said no. I said no. I did
The
not
question
say
that was asked, that Swiper asked you in that series, was Anthony Edwards better than Joker? And, you
And
said-
I said
guys bring
no.
different
I
kinds
said
of value to the game. to
no.
the
I
team.
did not. Yeah, I didn't say
so
yes.
what?
I
So
said,
what did you say? I want to make sure I'm clear. What did you
I said
say?
it's kind of hard. Then he asked me. So then he asked me again, and I said no, he's not better. But it's hard for me to say that two different teams. But what I'm saying with Cat is, I don't want to hear no adaptability, bro. I want Cat to play better. I want Cat to be a 25 and 12 guy. I want
Why
him
would
to
he
be
be
that.
that on that
He
team?
was. He was a 20. He was a 23.
He was that before he got all the people.
He
on
was.
the team.
Right. He was.
Because
a
he
20
shoot too many goddamn threes. That's part of the reason why he's not. He shoot too many threes.
He shot like
That's why.
47% from 3. What you talking about?
What about the game? What game was that Cat went was like 0 for 8 from 3?
Versus the Mavs.
Yeah, I want to say the Mavs. He was like 0 for 8 for 3, and he kept fouling and shit.
Okay, well, what was Anthony Edwards' job? Because he sucked too.
I agree. I don't give him.
That's what happens though. Players have good series, good game. They have bad series, bad games.
But I'm saying this Cat was this adaptability shit. We talk about Cat like he a third string player.
5, and then he got Rudy on his team. Now he's playing the 4. That's a big deal.
What you think, MTL? You got anything to say about this member chat?
Cat did have one good defensive series, I feel like, versus KD. But in terms of what you were saying about him offensively, the reason he don't just be attacking the rim, I don't know if you watched them games of him trying to attack the rim. It didn't look too good. I'm not gonna lie. Like it looked bad.
You know why? No, I'm not. But I don't want him to attack the rim. Why does he have to attack the rim? Why don't he just post up, turn around, post up?
He did. That's how they help.
No, he don't. He shoot 3. That's why when y'all say he don't look good when he attacking the rim, it's because he catching the ball at the top of the key. Okay, everybody can see his big ass coming downhill. Everybody can see him coming downhill, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna just take a charge. I just make it that like you're not Giannis. Like you can't move like that, bro. Get your meat and potatoes at the basket, and then inch out there to that 3-point line. If Cat don't make no threes, the Timberwolves, like Cat ain't that effective with Timberwolves. He ain't making threes, and that's a damn shame considering how skilled he is.
Okay.
You got any pushback on that swiper? Is Cat not skilled?
He's a very skilled player. He's one of the.
Why, if he not making threes, why he not that good of a player with the Timberwolves then?
Whoa. We're gonna stop right there.
Yeah, he was an all-star. He's been an all-star.
Let's chill out with the fact that if he ain't making threes. That's not his whole game. No.
He was 0 for 8 and he was struggling his ass off.
Are we doing the same thing with Joker? Because Joker didn't shoot the long ball well neither. You gonna do that with Joker too?
Yeah, he don't have to though.
They beat them.
Tell you what I'm talking about. He don't have to shoot the damn long ball good. He's still getting 29.
And Cat was 0
for 8 and he looked miserable.
And what in one game?
Yeah.
In one game.
Why couldn't he do anything else besides shoot the 3? They took the 3 away. He looked terrible.
That was a matchup thing too, and he's not one of those players to have consistent series. Luka didn't even have a consistent playoffs. Kyrie Irving didn't have a consistent playoffs. I'm not talking about a consistent
playoffs, but those guys, Kyrie Irving and Luka, they can be consistent.
No,
and go 0 for 8 from the. No, they can be a good player without going 0 for 8.
That's not the truth for Kyrie. Kyrie, don't lie. He didn't do that. He didn't make his shots. He wasn't valuable at all. In multiple
I'm talking about making shots. I'm
talking
about
shooting
3.
Because Cat, it's not like Cat was shooting the long ball 8 times every game. That wasn't what was going on.
I gotta say real quick. I'm kind of leaning with Jordan on this. Like when Cat not really knock down that 3 ball, I'm like, he loses his identity. It's like he forgets who he is when he can't knock down the 3 ball.
Well, we don't disagree, but the original concept was about adapting, playing next to Cat, playing next to Rudy.
Okay, in that part of it, that part of the conversation, I got to say, I do agree that Cat did change his game up a little bit from when Rudy first got there, and you can see that defensively. I don't think Cat's turned into a defensive stopper yet, but if he's not knocking down that 3 ball, it's kind of.
That's not.
It ain't no telling what's going to happen.
We talking offense. I was just talking defense. He deserves credit.
Yeah, right. No, I was just going off a swiper point. I said that.
No, you didn't.
Yes, no.
Swiper didn't bring up offense.
No, but no. Hold on. Because you were saying, he don't do this. I asked why can't he go to the paint or stuff like that. You said that's not his identity or they look bad. He said that it looked bad.
I didn't. That's what Intel said.
Okay, Intel said
that
it
black
looked
man
bad.
right.
Okay, Intel this light skin. My bad. But I said
me and Ox the same color. We didn't already done this before. Please.
Okay, my bad then. But I said this is what I'm saying. It didn't look. Intel said it looked bad. I said why can't he just start inside and get his meat potatoes right there?
But next to Rudy Gobert's in the paint. How we both gonna stand here?
Get Rudy off the floor.
Rudy off the. How they making the playoffs then? Okay. How they beating Denver then?
No. I'm saying get Rudy off the floor at times and let Cat cook down there.
Sometimes
they do when Rudy goes out the game.
But why can't go 0 for 8 and struggle his ass off then?
That's what Nas Reed comes in the game. He stretches.
It sound like shooting variance to me. I don't know. Cat just getting talking about for shooting variance. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say about that.
No, I'm saying he can go 0 for 8, but let's get you down there in the paint.
I feel like
Cat's game. Cat's game starts from the outside in. Now, does it start from
And
the
that's a
long ball
problem.
line? No, it's not, because that's
But
the big
Joel
man
Embiid does
today.
the same thing.
Right,
He's
that's
an
not the
outside-in
Jordan.
player,
That's
too.
bullshit that you bringing that up, yo. And the reason why that's
Joel
bullshit
Embiid
you
would
bringing that
shoot
up,
2 threes
because
a
you
game
talking
and have
about
40 points.
you talking like Shaq is still running around in the NBA, like Ewan is still running around in the NBA. The reason why these
Jokic
guys
is.
are like they are today is because of the long ball. That's why these guys got pushed away from the basket like they did. That's why Joel Embiid in transition is stopping 22 feet short of the basket. That's why Cat is starting his game 15 feet away from the basket. That's why Joker is playing 18 feet away from the basket, even though he does play on the block. That's why these guys do that, because of the introduction of the long ball, because these guys got pushed away from the basket.
Listen to what I'm saying,
like
though.
Ewing is running around here. David
No,
Robinson,
that's not what I'm
Shaq,
saying.
That's
That's
exactly
not what
you're saying. You
No,
telling
that's
me
not
that
what I'm
Cat should be
saying.
on the block. That's
When
not the game
have
today.
somebody
That's not the
somebody
game.
ever
You
said
think I
that
don't want-
Jokic?
you think I wouldn't love for Cat to be Karl Malone on the box? Hell yeah, I would love that. But that's not what's going on today.
When have somebody ever said Joel Embiid is having a horrible game because he's shooting horrible from the 3-point line?
When has anybody ever said that he has?
It's not the 3-point line. He's
in
too
fact,
reliant on
that's
his
the
mid-range
biggest
game.
problem with Joel Embiid. What are you talking
He's too
about?
reliant
Jordan?
on the jump shot. That's the exact thing.
Okay, I'm finna put this together for y'all. When Cat was going 0 for 8, what did he look like?
You know the-
I don't.
You know the funny
Sure.
thing? You know the funny thing? He never had a game where he went 0 for 8. I'm
Okay,
looking at it right now.
what was
His worst-
point?
his
I know
worst-
this-
His worst one was
Against
1 for 7.
No,
1 for 7 was the worst one.
Okay,
Okay.
1 for 7. What did he
1
finish
for
with? What did he
7,
finish
8,
with?
same thing.
Game 5. He went 0 for 8.
What did he
on the
finish
long
with?
What he did game 5, he did
ball.
you?
Game,
What did he
game
finish
5,
with?
went
1
0
for
for
7.
Hold
What
on,
did he
real
finish
quick.
with?
What series
He
was that?
was-
That was the Warriors. That was
That was
the
against,
Mavericks?
no, that was
Yeah,
against
we
Dallas.
talking about versus.
Yeah,
we
That
talking
was
about
against
versus
Dallas. That was against Dallas.
Okay.
Dallas
Yeah.
game 5.
And
Yeah.
not game 5, game 3.
Okay, no,
Game
yeah.
three.
You're right. You're right. He
Game
did go
3,
0
he
for
went
8.
0
I was
for
looking at the wrong series.
Okay, he went 1 for 7 one game, 0 for 8 another game. Great. What did he finish with those games he did that?
Let's see.
That's
0
it. But
for
see,
8 won.
the difference is that's.
Hold on, chill. Let him say it.
He had in that series in a row, game 1, 16, game 2, 15, game 3, 14, game 4 and 5, 25 and 28.
I'm talking about the one. I'm talking about the 1 for 7 and the 0 for 8 games. What did he finish with?
The 0 for 8 game, that's the one that he had 14 points. He
Need
shot
more
5 for
than
18.
Trash.
5
Need
for
more,
18.
Trash.
need more than that from Cat. 14
Trash.
ain't good
That
enough.
is trash.
But it's the playoffs. What scorer consistently scored?
Bro,
over 20
Joel
in the playoffs?
Embiid can shoot 2 threes. He not making. He
Joel
go 0 for
Embiid
2,
had-
and he
had-
will have 40 points.
Joel Embiid had 15 points in a Game 7 closeout game.
He did do that. He did do that. That's
Okay.
true.
Okay, but listen what I'm talking about. Listen what see, we're gonna move the goalpost when I bring up a scenario. I said Joel Embiid and Jokic will go 0 for 2, and they will have 30 points.
No,
But
they
Jordan,
won't.
we can't.
Joel
Wait,
Embiid has
wait. Hold
games
on,
in-
y'all. We're not even comparing Cat to Joel and Jokic. That's not the same player. We're not
Yeah.
doing that.
He's
So
not.
that'll
No,
take.
okay.
But Jordan, that'll
Okay.
take this conversation to a whole nother area that we
No,
don't
but
need to be
no,
in.
I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. But all I'm saying is, why can't we say that Cat's skilled? Is Cat not skilled?
He's skilled
Okay, why can't he do those things they do?
because he's not as good as them.
No, because I
It's
think
that
he
simple. He just not as good as them, bro. He's not. You
ESPN
can't ask
all this-
somebody.
Both of those-
I mean, there's a reason he don't do it. Maybe he can.
Both of those players are way stronger than him, by the way. Both of them have a way better post-up game than him.
Yeah,
Right.
But let me get.
So,
let
but
me
is
get
Cat
back.
skilled?
Let me get back.
So
we
where
got-
is he
we got
skilled
more-
at?
We got more super chats we
Kristaps
got to get to though,
Porzingis is
y'all.
also
We
super
got to
skilled. He
keep
shoots
it
a lot of
moving,
threes.
y'all. We do got to keep it moving.
That's the category Cat in. Kristaps Porzingis.
Doggy became a YouTube
That's a great
member.
category. That's a
Yo,
third,
we
fourth
off that.
option.
We off that, y'all. We off
Yeah.
that. We off that. Doggy became a YouTube member. Shout out, Doggy. Appreciate you. Let me see what else. Who else we got? Alan R says, assuming both teams are fully healthy, the Mavs and the Wolves faced off in the playoffs again next year. Would the series go differently?
I don't think they smoked them in 5 games like they did. I don't think so.
No.
I think Anthony Edwards is going to be better. I think they'll be more prepared for that defense more than anything. I mean, when you talk about Derek Lively, he was really the difference in that series, being able to hit guys in the short roll and being able to hit guys on the long ball. I don't think they were prepared for that. And Anthony Edwards was not good in that series. He wasn't. He looked like he was a shell of himself. He said himself that he wasn't prepared to play that deep into the playoffs. Right? He said he wasn't prepared to play that deep into the series. But I think it would be different this year. Would they win the series? I like Dallas.
Right. Okay.
I like Dallas, but I like Minnesota. I'll take that back. I think
if you can spread Minnesota out, that's the key. You got to spread them out.
Yeah,
and they're going to be able to spread them out probably better than well, except for the Thunder. I don't know if they might even be able to spread them out better than the Thunder next year. So that's a terrible matchup for them.
I don't think they see them. I don't think
they can get crazy. Hey, we're gonna get crazy. Hey, look, if I want to get crazy for 3 minutes at a time, Mox, Luka,
the Mavs win that series.
Clay, Najee Marshall, 4, and then put Derek at the 5. Derek at the 5. I can get crazy for 3 minutes.
Mavs win that series in 6 games, brother.
The Mavs. The Mavs are beating the Wolves in 6 or 5 games.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well,
this year?
Yeah, this year. Fully healthy this year.
Bro, Clay is gonna average 20 a game with them, bro.
Yeah. I'm really big on Clay in Dallas. I'm telling you.
He's gonna average 20 a game with him, bro.
Luka Glazer 77. Do you guys remember when Luka and the Mavs beat the Suns so bad they had to write an apology letter to their fans? Glaze 77.
That was the first year, right? And then they were down 30 at half at home. And then the next year did the same thing in the closeout game, down 30 at half at home. I mean, just never before seen type stuff.
Did they really write a letter to the fans though?
They should have.
I don't remember. That's what I said. I don't remember that.
They should have. Yeah. No, they did. They wrote it and they put it on Twitter. Suns letter. Suns here. Phoenix Suns apology letter. I'm reading it to you. It's still on their profile. This is from. It says 5/16/22. It says today is a new day. This is I think this is right after the series. Today is a new day for the Phoenix Suns fans. The work on next season is already underway. As employees, fans, partners, and PayPal 6-man members of Phoenix Suns, you should be proud for all that you have to team. Blah, blah, blah. We're in this together. We win together. We lose together. We fight together. And the only way we get better is together. Thank you for supporting us all season as we look ahead to start of a new chapter. James Jones, Jason Riley. 5/22. An apology letter for getting drum rolled at home by Luka Doncic. That's crazy.
I think I stopped watching in the third quarter when they were down about 40. I was out.
When Luka hit that, didn't he made a McHale fall or Cam fall? Cam Johnson fall. Hit that 3-pointer at the top of the key in the first quarter. I said, oh, that's raps. Because when Luka start doing that, start laughing at you, it's over. It's over. It's cooked. You're done. If you got Luka's respect, you might win. If he start laughing at you, Jordan, like how Chill be laughing at you,
he don't be laughing at me. Bro, I'm not messing with Luka, bro. Luka is like that, bro. I hate to see it because it's like you can't do nothing about it. There's nothing you can do with Luka. He just do what he want to do. And I think if he get in more and more shape, shit.
So, Chill Time, you didn't check back in when Chris Paul hit the big shot to cut it to 40?
No, I didn't. I was out. I was gone. When they went up by 42, I was out. I was like, I don't need to see no more of this. I'm straight.
That was crazy comment.
Walker Kessler to Phoenix, been a member for 5 months, said random hot take, but Ryan Dunn is better than Herb Jones defensively.
Hell no.
Random hot take, huh? Okay.
Damn, Ryan Dunn.
Okay, let's see these ones.
He might be the best. He might be the best defensive guard in the game in the draft. I mean, Dunn from Virginia. The fact that Milwaukee passed on him, I think they made a mistake doing that.
This one from Doggy. PA, what is that? It's like it's 3 PA.
I don't know.
Oh, 3-point attempts. Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. Embiid is 3 3-point attempts. Jokic is 3 3-point attempts. Embiid attempts 6 post-up games on 1.14. Jokic attempts 6 a game on 1.14. One gets the shots too much.
One gets to shoot too much. Title.
One gets to shoot too much.
So I think they're arguing that Embiid and Jokic are around similar volume, but Embiid gets the one he shoots too many jumpers title, which is still true. He shoots too many mid-range jumpers.
Way too many jumpers. Embiid do heavy pull-ups like he T-Mac. That's
and then Embiid, when he goes to the rim like this last year, he tries to self-fouls instead of finishing through the contact.
He try to go Euro step. He try to do all of that.
That's a fair criticism of his game. I also, like I said, I want to give credit. Embiid had the best playoff run I've ever seen him have, and he lost, and he also failed in fourth quarter multiple times. So,
Chill, your biggest fan said, salute panel.
Salute
Shout
to
out.
everybody.
There's not a swiper biggest fan in here. Chill, you got fans?
Yeah, damn.
Wow.
He said salute to the. He
Chill,
said salute. He said salute to the panel. He didn't say what's
Hey,
He
hey,
said-
hey,
he said
Swiper.
his name is biggest fan.
Hey, Swiper, I'm gonna give you Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid did that dunk over there in the Olympics and flipped for no reason. That's Joel Embiid right there.
Yeah.
Jacko VX says, asking Cat to post is like asking Shaq to be Steph.
No, it ain't. Because
No, it ain't. That's
No, it's
incredibly
not.
crazy.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
Shaq,
might as well though.
Cat did get on the block a little bit. He didn't get
He
on the block
did
as
in
much
the
as I would
Denver
like. He
series.
did. I was
He
about to
was
say
hitting those jumpers in the third quarter.
they definitely
And then,
got
but
that
the thing
Jamal
about
Murray.
Cat that annoys me is when Cat start making them jumper, he'll run down the court with that little,
And then he'll say, "I'm the best big man shooter of all time."
Well,
Period.
he is. I mean, he is outside of Dirk.
Who gives
Outside
a
of Dirk.
shit? Who gives a shit?
That's important.
Bro.
To say I'm the best at something ever outside of Dirk ever.
Then you ain't how you the best at something ever outside of somebody.
Well, I'm saying he didn't include Dirk. I'm
That would
including
make-
Dirk. He ain't better
That
than
would,
Dirk.
that would make you one of the best ever. That wouldn't make
Yeah,
you.
he's one of
best
the two best ever.
Mhm.
Bro, for him to say, for him to be like that's his throne. I'm the best big man shooter ever, and you 7 foot, and like that's your throne of glory.
Kevin
And
Durant's
you
one
do
of the
that
best.
every game.
Kevin Durant might be the best scorer in basketball history. He's 7 feet tall. What's that got to do with anything? He shoot jumpers.
In the 16 games the Cat played last year in the playoffs, he shot over 50% on the long ball 7 of the 16 times. It's almost half.
That's nice. That's
That's
dirty.
almost half. I just want to put that
Kevin
out.
Durant, Kevin Durant and Cat the same
Man.
height, Jordan. They're the same
That's,
height.
that's almost half.
Yeah, they
so.
two different players though.
Wemby
totally
7'4".
different.
He's a jump shooter.
Totally two different players.
I'm saying, why aren't they posting up? Go ahead.
Mo says,
Wemby
Yo.
will with the Spurs. He will later on. Watch.
Mo says, y'all trust Doc as the coach? L Bucks.
Nah, I don't trust Doc. Doc, you know what? Let me tell you something about Doc. Doc is a hell of a coach if he got a bunch of role players. Now, when he get them superstars, it's like he overthink that shit. Or he just get dealt the bad
What
hand.
with
Like,
superstars? What are you talking about, Jordan?
no, but I'm talking about after that. We talking about after that. Shit. I'm talking about with the fucking
He went to the finals.
Clippers.
He went to the
I'm
finals
talking about with
superstars.
I'm talking about with the Clippers. I'm talking
Okay.
about with the Clippers twice.
He had a bunch of role
actually.
players in Orlando when he didn't win.
This is what I'm saying. Doc with role players, he don't get no blame for losing the series. Like what he did with the Clippers when they played against the Warriors and they won 2 games. They was like, yeah, let's go. Soon as they add them superstars, then he start losing them 3-1 leads. It's like he be tripping. That's why a Doc team gonna win 50-something games, especially whether you hurt or not hurt, because he like coaching. He like coaching like grinders. He like coaching them type of guys. When it come down to them superstars, I don't know if they overthink it or I don't know, or maybe he just get dealt a bad hand because with the Clippers, they was just not playing. Like Paul George wouldn't play, Kawhi wouldn't play, then Lou and Trez might not play, and it was just like, what the hell are we doing? And then you expect to win, and then not get the blame. I think he should. You go up 3-1, you possibly should win, but whatever. And then you do the same thing kind of with Philly, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I trust Doc as a coach of superstars, though. But if I had an average team, I would want Doc to coach the average team.
So now we have the biggest news of the offseason. This is the biggest news of the offseason.
Really?
Yeah, the biggest news is ESPN senior NBA insider Adrian Wojnarowski has agreed to become the general manager of the men's basketball program at St. Bonaventure.
Mm-hmm.
I am retiring from a dream job at ESPN and am so incredibly grateful for my time and experience with the worldwide leader in sports. That's from Adrian Wojnarowski, who announced his retirement today.
So I'm off
Shams
Twitter.
got him out of there. Shams got him out of there.
So I'm off Twitter then. He's the only reason why I have a Twitter account because I follow Woj.
Dang.
Follow Shams. What's wrong with Shams?
That was the only reason why I had a Twitter account because I don't post nothing on Twitter. I had a Twitter account because I follow Woj.
You can't follow Shams?
I was waiting for Woj bombs. I'll catch Shams, no doubt about that. But Woj was my guy.
I feel like Woj taking his job is a dream job for him too at St. Bonaventure, man.
Well, he went to St. Bonaventure.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was about to say, man. He talks really, really highly of him. He still kind of, talks about him even on his podcast. But damn, Woj, I guess we getting to that point, man.
That's shams. It's all shams now.
Shams, not Shams. Shams.
He should. He really should have just broke the news to Shams like on the under. Like, here, I got a breaking news for you. You know what I'm saying? That would have been dope. So, how you feel about this swiper? Walls hanging them up, going.
I wouldn't want my. I'm in NBA content now. I don't want my phone blowing up 24/7. So, he wants to have a regular life to take care of his family and to make some money and to.
Yeah, that's a gruesome job, bro. That's a gruesome job. They gotta wake up all throughout the night.
What are you saying, Swiper? You got other things going on in your life. You don't want to have to be on your phone 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Is that what you're saying?
A long time ago, when I was doing, I don't know if you ever heard of Athletes in Action.
Athletes what?
Athletes in Action. Mm-hmm. It's like a sport. There's did y'all have Athletes in Action or FCA or anything like that when y'all at y'all school? Maybe I don't know, maybe not.
No,
but there's a plate. They describe it as a plate, and the plate is like your life with God, right? I want to have a section for my work, section for my family, section for your hobbies and all this stuff. Work is about this much of my life. About right here. I'm trying to have some kids, Jordan. I want to be married, be a good husband. I want to take care of my community. I don't want to work all the time. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna make money, but work. I'm not about the missing kid events and all that stuff for work. You tripping? Where you at? Why don't you make this meeting on Saturday? Bro, it's Saturday. I'm at the Power League. My son playing it. He got a soccer game right now. I ain't about to miss that. Nope.
Yeah.
I don't want to work.
I was talking about that. I was talking about that with somebody just like a couple weeks ago, and sat down and like kind of made that decision. Like, no longer are we putting business over family. It's too serious. You know what I'm saying? You can't miss so much anymore. I've already missed a lot of things: graduations, birthdays, holidays, stuff like that. How serious events.
How old is yours?
My kids, I got 7, 8, 10.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's prime years. That's like, and once they old, they gone. You know what I mean? Like they're out the house. You don't get those no more. So you better believe.
I understand both sides of it. That's all I'll say. I understand both sides of it. It's I've been on the road before. I understand both sides of it, bro.
That's the thing too, though, Jordan. As being an athlete, you know what I'm saying, and even after school or whatever, if you dedicated some of your life trying to play pro ball or anything like that, you miss so much in that time. It's kind of like when you're done with that, it's like to still be missing it. It's kind of like I've been doing this for way too long.
Woj doing it for 30 years.
Yeah, Woj, that's different.
Yeah,
like
I
don't think
for
this
sure
is
get
going
that.
last that long. That's crazy.
Nah, but I get the idea of
so
you got to go on a 10-year grind.
So doing what Woj was doing, it called for like nonstop travel,
24/7,
nonstop, 24/7, bro.
He is the point of contact for the NBA front office,
and he has like a bunch of different interns. He has a bunch of different
interns. Shams is more the player contact. He represents like the front office looks and all that stuff. So he's doing everything, and you don't sleep because you already know like breaking news come out, you can't wait. Like you got to put it out as soon as you get it.
But I'm saying though,
any job in the NBA is hard.
Even that St. Bonaventures though. So look, it says ESPN senior NBA insider Adrian Wojnarowski has agreed to become the general manager of the men's basketball program at St. Bonaventure. He told ESPN the role includes name, image, and likeness allocation, recruiting and supporting successful Bonnie's. Recruiting and supporting successful Bonnie's coach Mark Schmidt. So he's going to be in charge of recruiting.
That's a lot easier than the NBA.
Name, image, and likeness allocation too. So he's still gonna be busy.
Yeah, but that's a lot easier. That's a lot easier.
And he don't have to travel as much. Maybe his family's
over
on the
East Coast. He don't got to answer the phone at 2:00 in the morning because somebody is telling him, "Hey, we about to make a trade," or "Hey, this person just got arrested."
Have you heard about that school? Have you heard about that school, y'all?
St. Bonaventure.
St. Bonaventure?
Yeah, a lot. They was really good back in the day too. Man, but look, all I'm saying now they ain't. But that Woj job that he had in the NBA, any job in the NBA is stressful unless you're a player, bro. Like no job, the player is at the bottom of the tier when it comes down to stress. Everybody else around them, like imagine being a head coach in the NBA. There's no off days. There's no off season.
I'd actually flip that around. The players got the most stressful job because I got to perform.
But they get an off season. They get an off season. They get an off day.
I really don't though. I don't get an off season.
They still got to work out.
Yeah, they do.
This is what I want you to remember, Jordan, because you talking like it's just basketball. So what does Joker have to listen to all season, all off season?
Jokers get out of shape. Jokers get out of shape.
What does Luka have to? What does Luka have to listen to all off season? What do these guys? What does
Luka get out of shape and go drink all off season?
And then what happens during the season?
But that's what I'm saying. Like that, you're only playing basketball maybe 6 to 8 hours a day. A coach
Honestly,
never gets an off day.
And
A coach never gets an off. Yes, they do.
These coaches in the right. These coaches, Steve Kerr is not. I ain't even going. I won't even say Steve Kerr. In the summertime, Phil Jackson is not. There's a reason why he had a house in Montana, because he is not going over the triangle offense and worrying about trades in July.
That's Phil Jackson. But I'm talking about. Think about guys that coach in the NBA, like Tom Thibodeau. You ever heard the rumor Tom Thibodeau don't ever leave his office? Like those coaches really work night in, night out. I was there because you have to, though. That's the only way you can keep your job now. They don't let coaches just lose for 8 years and don't get fired. Your ass lose for 2 years, you're getting fired.
Even if you win it, but the difference with that, Jordan, is even if you win it, you're still getting fired. I watched Dwayne Casey get fired. He was the coach of the year.
But that's what I hear you. That's why I'm saying that their job is nonstop. Like I was
so as a player, my job is
it's not. It's not.
I cannot come into camp out of shape. I come into camp out of shape, I risk losing my job. Just like a coach, if you come into a game unprepared, you're going to get fired. You're going to get blown out, and you're going to ultimately get fired.
Okay, but think about this, Still.
I am the product.
Think about this, Still.
Putting the game together. I, as the player, I am the product. If I come out here unprepared, I could potentially lose my job. If I'm here for 3 years, I could be traded. Just like that. A coach
No. Hold on.
A coach could get his job back really quickly. How many times have we seen Doc Rivers recycled? These players, on the other hand,
because he has
an average pro career is 4 years. This is the window that I have to be at least good. And if I'm good, then I can stick around. We've seen coaches in the NBA who aren't very good continuously get recycled. So when you're talking about the product,
but do you know why they get recycled? Because they work hard as hell.
No, that's not why they get recycled.
Yes, it is. Stephen Silas was a
boys club.
Okay, that's not okay.
100%.
Some of it is, but Stephen Silas got fired. He was probably one of the worst coaches with the Rockets. Terrible. Okay. He gets fired, but you know, Stephen Silas was an assistant coach for like 10, 12 years before he even got a head coaching opportunity. These coaches do not like, you know, when they say, hey, we're going to give you the players a couple of days off. You know what those coaches do on them days off? Meet. They come up with scout reports. They go over analytics. They got to give their list to these GMs. They got to answer the GM. They never get a day off. Like, rarely ever. There's no day off. I know you heard Ty Lue even talking about it, how he didn't even go to a lot of funerals. He was like, 5 people died. I couldn't go to the funerals because I'm here. I have to be here. You can't expect the player to do everything on his own. That's why the coach is there. The scout report for the next game, we play it back-to-back. Who's in charge of that? Me, the coach. You don't get no days off as a coach. Yeah, they do scout reports.
The head coach ain't doing no scouting report.
No, but the game plan is revolved around, like, the scouting report that you want to do. That's revolved around what the coach's game plan is.
Look, Jordan, just to be clear, I think both have different types of stress. I think coaches, to his point, they're in it all the time, and on top of that, in offseason, they're planning. So, but they do get time off. It's just different. It's just way different.
Rarely, bro.
And then it's not the same amount of but it also depends on your infrastructure, because Tony Dungy talks about this in his book Uncommon. He had a rule that after 6 p.m. you are not in the office. He did not allow for you to stay in the
Tony
office
Dungy.
because he's a family man. But a lot of coaches, the way they're structured, they come from that old school grind. They don't stop working through the night, and then they get up super early and get to the. So most coaches in the old school, they leave late and they get to the stadium or get to the arena or the practice facility before anybody else does. And that was like supposed to be a part of like the culture. That's just what coaches do. I think that's crazy. I think that's dumb. I think that's why a lot of coaches burn out, similar to, pastors burn out, like leaders of organizations.
How many coaches actually burn out, though? How many coaches you think actually burn out? I don't think they burn out.
I think a lot of coaches don't want to be head coaches long, because that's why the recycle period is so high. I think that's why a lot of assistant coaches, they try to be head coaches. They don't work out because the level of work and pressure that comes associated with the job. I think that's why I think also, too, organizations, you get 2 years, 3 years.
And I think coaching, I think my bad, Swipe, but go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I think coaching is so stressful because you're always a coach.
Right.
Like when you coach
all day.
But when you coach, you're a coach all day, every day. You're coaching all through your mind. That's all you can think about. You're trying to do something. You think of something. Oh, wait a second. I need to add that. You know what I'm saying?
You got to think for 30 people.
You remember something you've seen. And that's the thing too, because it's harder when I'm coaching, because I got to tell you what to do, and then it's out of my hands.
Right.
No, and
Now
then I
it's
gotta
like-
manage.
Now-
And I
now
gotta
it's-
manage
now it's like- now it's
personalities.
like you got to do that. I just think that's the main reason, because you can't turn your coaching brain off, and a lot of times you can't turn your athlete brain off too. You're thinking a lot, but it's a little different because it's like it's of less consequence. As the coach, I'm always thinking of new ways to tinker something I did, or new things to do at practice, or you know what I'm saying, what I saw, or I'm watching the game. I'm like, man, I like that. Let me rewind that back. Let me go through that.
And when the team don't
it's
perform in the playoffs, who gets fired?
Well, there's that part of it. I'm more so not even thinking about that part of it, because the same goes for a player as well. Where if I mess up, I could be on the trading block. I can end up in a team I don't want to be on. You know, so I understand that part, but just the actual job of coaching versus playing, I think it's a little more mentally stressful on a coach, just because they can't stop doing it. That's all they got. That's all they know. That's all they're thinking about.
It's like a test, bro. It's like, bro, did I get everything? Like, did I go over this? You start thinking about, damn, how can I manage this guy? This guy thinks, this player is a head case. How can I manage him? He's just a hooper, though. In his mind, I work on my game. I'm hooping. I go get my massages. I do whatever I need to do, and I'm ready for game day. A coach, I got to think about, how can I get him to jail with this guy? How can I get Shaq to jail with Kobe? How can I get Shaq to jail with all the guys that's scared of him in the locker room? Like, you got to manage all of that. And if you don't, they call that losing the locker room and your ass getting fired. That ain't got nothing to do with X's and O's.
Right. Chill, did you want to speak more on this point before we get back to these teams?
I'm good.
Yeah. Okay, for sure. Well, so in the contenders category, we already did the Grizzlies, Pelicans, Cavs, and the Bucks. So we got 4 more teams in the contenders category. We're gonna start with the Mavs, but remind you, so we got the Sixers, Mavs, Knicks, and Nuggets left in this category. So let's start with the Mavs. What do you think about the Mavs, Jordan? First, do they belong in this contender category? Should they move up or down? Because there's also the elite.
They're not an elite. Oh no, they need to be an elite. The Mavs need to be an elite for sure.
You got your homer hat on right now?
Yes, they definitely need to be an elite.
But are you saying that because you got your homer hat? Are you a Mavs fan right now?
No.
No, okay.
No, I'm not being biased. I'm not even a Mavs fan.
Can you? Okay, my bad. Can you make a case for them being elite?
There's a reason why they're elite, because number one, they just went to the finals last year and they got better. Like they didn't really lose nothing. They got better. They added Najee Marshall, who's going to be a really, really good role player for them. I think he's that Dorian Finney-Smith that they was missing last year. And then you add Klay Thompson, 20 points a game, I think, on any team that he plays for. There's your knockdown shooter. There's your more consistent player than Tim Hardaway Jr. We all know Klay did some bad things last year in the playoffs, but that happens. That's with the ups and the downs. But overall, you got to have more faith that Klay is going to be a valuable piece playing on the side of Luka and Kyrie Irving. He's going to be a better Tim Hardaway Jr. because Tim Hardaway kind of needs the ball a little bit. He's a knockdown shooter, but he like to get busy a little bit. Klay is just a pure shooter. And I think that 20 points a game is going to transfer over. So how can you stop 20, 27, and probably 35?
Oh, gosh. Basketball.
So do you disagree with that text, Viper?
Oh, no, I think they're contenders. That's fine.
Elite.
So he said move them up to elite.
I know. I think they're contenders. I think that they ran into the right matchups last year. They didn't perform. Their defense is what carried them. It wasn't even their offense. Their defense was a lot better. That's what carried them through the playoffs last year. And then Luka had.
That's usually how it goes. That's usually how it goes in playoffs, though. The defense always carries.
Yeah, I just don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But Kyrie was very up and down. Luka was very up and down last year in the playoffs, except for that round versus the Wolves. So and then on top of that, Kawhi wasn't there. Obviously, past a certain point, so they got a health advantage.
Kawhi ain't gonna be there next year.
No,
oh man, relax, bro.
We'll see.
Bro, the last 5 playoffs have Kawhi been there.
Relax,
yes,
bro. Relax.
He was. 2020 was 5 years ago.
Okay, sorry. 4.
He was there for a lot of.
20, he was there in 21. Just got hurt.
20 years. It was a lot for.
Then he was there. Then he left, and then he wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anyways, moving on. Chill. What you think about the Mavs? Do they belong in this contender category? Should they be legit? Should they be down the mid, or you don't think they're elite?
I think no, I don't think that they're elite, but I do think that they're legit contenders. The fact that they got Najee Marshall, I just think that's a big deal. Like a lot of people aren't talking about it nearly as much as they should. I mean, to replace Derrick Jones Jr. with a guy who is less athletic but a better shooter and just as good a defender,
Solid
I think
defender,
I think that's a big deal. I think Derek Lively is going to be better. I think Gafford can be better too as an offensive player, just finishing around the rim. I'm not asking him to be a guy that we can go to for buckets on the box, but I do think he could be more effective on the box. I think Kyrie Irving is who he is at this point in his career. But with the rest of those guys, I mean, I think losing Green, that was a pretty big deal in the offseason. But for the most part, I think Clay. I think we're adding Clay. I think that gives them another shooter. I worry about Clay playing in this offense where there's not a lot of ball movement. There's a lot of standing around. And Clay is used to being in an offense where there's a lot of action off the basketball, where he keeps the defense off balance. Well, now he's sitting in the corner. He's sitting on the wing waiting for the ball to come to him. That's not necessarily a good thing for him because there's times, more times than not, when the ball's not going to come to him because Luka is very ball dominant. Luka's going to go downhill. Luka's going to try to get to the rim. So I think that could be a problem for Clay in the long term. But I do think that he's going to help them. I think they're a contender.
Okay. Well, that's Dallas. Let's move on to.
Here we go. Arch, shout out.
Arch comes with the super chat, $100 super chat. Shout out my man Arch. He said, "I'm a simple man. I see Ox, Swiper, Jordan, chill. I press the like button. Y'all need to be more like Arch. Press that like button. Make sure y'all do that.
We say to Arch.
Did we determine that was Drew Holiday yesterday? Who did we determine that was 2 days ago?
It wasn't Drew. It was
Derek White.
He was in the conversation. I forgot who we. Damn, Ox. I forgot who we.
It was somebody. Remember, Ox? We said somebody were all like relatively either neutral or very positive on.
Mm-hmm.
It was Derek White, Drew Holiday. It was a star. I feel like it was a star. Bam. Was it Bam?
Oh, I left.
I said Bam.
I left early on Monday. I wasn't.
Yeah, I said Bam.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out like who this is because they didn't drop like $600 super chats since I've been last 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't Bam Adebayo.
Yeah, it probably
is. This Keegan Murray.
I said Bam.
He said that's Keegan Murray. That's Arch Manning. Y'all tripping.
He do got the money. That's true.
Yeah, that's Arch. Arch had a hell of a
them NIL deals, Ox. Man, boy, I tell you what, if I would have got me a nice little NIL deal back in the day, I would have had all the South Pole. Feel me?
All the Ed Hardy.
Oh, no, I didn't wear Ed Hardy. No, I don't want that flashy stuff. I'm good. From South Pole, Ox. We were South Pole 2008-10. That was South Pole. That was
South Pole, not 2008, more like 2005, 2006.
What was 2008? We were skinny jeans. That was the Cali movement.
I wasn't wearing no skinny jeans, Swiper.
No, that was
skinny jeans.
That was the jerk era.
I'm not from LA, bro.
I had the flannels, all that stuff. Chill.
You from the West Coast though? The West Coast skinny jeans.
Sacramento ain't LA though. We know they're
from the Bay. Yeah, that's the Bay.
Somebody lied. Somebody said South Pole was never in South.
But I mean, but at my school though, we had to wear certain things. So we only wore like Dickies and red.
Yeah, we had to wear uniforms too.
I mean, black.
In high school?
We had uniforms. Yeah, we had uniforms. We had to wear.
You went to a Catholic high school?
Yeah, that's where all the.
It wasn't a Catholic school. Or mine wasn't. I guess Swipers was not. We just had to wear a certain uniform though. So
the Cat Daddy Ox. Do the Cat Daddy real quick, Ox. You remember it?
Nah, man.
South Dallas.
Hey, hey, just to give a quick shout out. Hold on. I know y'all watch Sunday Night Football, right? You watch the Texans and the Bears game?
You about to bring up somebody he know. Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna bring up my high school team. They gave us a shout out on Sunday Night Football.
Oh, that's what's up. What's your football team? Y'all dope?
7th in the country, yes. North Shore High School.
What's it called?
North Shore High School.
North Shore. Shout out North Shore High School. That's what's up.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's what's up. Let me go. Oh, so we are moving on to the Knicks. Let's get to the Knicks. How we feeling about the Knicks? Go ahead, MTL. You go ahead and get it off before your camera drop off again.
Hey man, I've been fighting for my life, man. But the Knicks, yeah, I would have them as a contender. I was fine with that pick. Even though there's part of me feel like Magic could beat them too, but no, their team talent wise, Mikal was a great pickup. I think they kind of overpaid for OG, but in terms of the whole team as a whole, I actually think they got a lot better. I'm just kind of curious what they're going to do with Julius Randle now. Not saying that he should be traded or anything, chill, but I really don't know what their starting lineup looks like. I'm really curious.
Brunson at the 1, Bridges at the 2, OG at the 3, Randall at the 4, Thomas Robinson at the 5.
Mitchell Robinson
at the
Thomas
5.
Robinson.
I keep calling him Thomas Robinson. I'm sorry. Mitchell Robinson at the 5.
Thomas Robinson was a guy though. Sacramento
please
guy.
never say that.
I know.
name.
I know how it is.
I kind of look like Thomas Robinson.
I keep saying that. So
Y'all gonna give him
I can't-
PTSD, man.
I hate that name.
Why you don't like Thomas Robinson? He was y'all lottery pick.
It's cool, bro. Let's move on, bro. Come on, let's move on. Go ahead though, Jordan. How you think the Knickerbockers are fair? Do you think they belong in this contender category? Should they be elite or should they be mid?
I go with contender.
Okay, so they properly rated.
It just to me
Oh,
it just depends on what they're gonna do with Julius Randle and how they're gonna play, like they play style. I don't know what they play.
Well, Julius said that he's prepared, he's willing, and he wants to buy into whatever the team needs. He wants to be.
Until they say come off the bench.
Well, he got to come off the bench. Y'all know how I feel about that. I feel like if you can start, you can come off the bench. It don't really matter. You know what I'm saying? As long as you can get down, I want Julius Randle to start for the Knicks, but also play a lot with that second unit though.
Them and Mikal Bridges don't really. I don't think it should hurt what Julius Randle does because Mikal Bridges is just a really good role player. Like,
so is
really
Julius.
good role player. But I think Julius.
You don't got to do that right now, Swipe.
Yeah, I don't think Julius is a role player like Mikal Bridges.
Okay.
I think Julius Randle can be a 24, maybe 4.5 assist guy, maybe 7 rebounds. I think he can.
Regular season, he'll be that. Yeah, for sure.
Chill.
Yeah.
I want to know this, Chill. Why is Mike in the chat asking about Chill with Chill after the terrible performance he just put on Saturday? I don't know if y'all know this, but Mike with the all caps in the chat. That's Mike. He finally pulled back up to Chill with Chill and had probably the worst Chill with Chill performance I've ever seen in my life.
Ooh.
He was up there stuck. He didn't have nothing to say. He was up. I will. One of them type situations. It was the worst showing I've ever heard. Mike, you are a bozo. You don't know ball. Please stop.
You need the ISO cam.
Please stop.
You need the ISO cam.
No ISO necessary because I wasn't even going to address it, but he just keep coming up here talking like we wasn't all there. We was there. I seen it. You know what I mean? So I'm not one of them friends that just let their friends sit there and tell them lies about stuff I was there for. Like, bro, I was there. That didn't happen. You know what I'm saying?
She was a bad chick. No, she wasn't. We seen her come through. She was a bird.
Well, that's what in a situation like that, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So I won't tell him that if she was whack, if she thought she was fine. That's on him. That's his liking. But as far as you did something, nah, you didn't, bro. You didn't do that.
You did not.
Mike, you're a bum.
Every dog has his day.
Yeah, Mike, you're a bum. Okay.
Damn.
Now we can get back focused. Chill. What do you think the Knicks can do? Do you think in the right setting? I know we've had this conversation a couple of times, but is there a path for the Knicks to win the East?
I think matchups are key here, but this is the best team Julius Randle been on, which would explain why he's buying into what they're trying to do. Ox, I gave you a stat not too long ago. It was in the 2022-23 season. Julius Randle had 23 kickouts, 151 kickouts from the paint to the long ball line, and his team made 51% of the long balls. That's numero uno in the game. No other guy, nobody else was doing that. So that tells me Julius Randle is a playmaker. Last season, for the first month or 2 months, Jalen Brunson was not getting off the ball. Julius Randle was not shooting the ball well, so he was one of their better distributors. With him being one of their better distributors, they were able to score the basketball. So Julius Randle is a damn good playmaker. He can give them other areas. He could give them other areas that he could help in. Julius Randle is also a double-digit rebounder. He's a glass cleaner. In the process of him doing that, he's a bowling ball. So him buying into what they're doing now with the New York Knicks because he's a Tibbs guy, him buying into what they're doing, that 20 and 10 guy that they didn't have last year, that glass cleaner, that playmaker, that guy who can get downhill and cause mismatches, who can pass out of the post, who can pass out of the paint like he can. I think that he gives them a legit opportunity and a legit shot against teams like the Boston Celtics who shoot the basketball. Now, when they play against teams like Cleveland, he was able to bully guys like Jared Allen. He was able to bully, even when he was hurt, he was able to bully guys like Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. I think that we're a little bit past that now because that was 2 years ago, and I think those guys have matured. So I think that we're going to see a different player. But with Julius Randle, the role that he's going to play with this New York Knicks team, I think he's the difference in what they're doing. And if you're talking about moving him, the biggest problem that you're going to have is, number one, you got a 30 million, 20 and 10 guy on the books. Where are you getting that at? You're not getting that nowhere in the NBA. And if you try to move off of him and you try to replace him with a better fit, good luck with that. So I'm interested to see how the Knicks implement Julius Randle in their lineup because I think he's going to be really good with them. I'm a big Julius Randle fan anyway. So
I agree with you, Chill. I agree with everything you just said, man. You just summed up. You just went in detail from what I was saying, pretty much. I agree with you, Chill.
Swap, you got anything to say about the Knicks before we move on to the next team?
I'm tempted to put them in the lead.
I feel you.
But
Damn, why you was giving me so much pushback?
For who?
When I said about Julius Randle, Mikal Bridges, I didn't know you was gonna come off with that.
No, I don't think Julius is a I don't love his.
is he a positive? Is he a positive swiper?
Yeah.
Could he be a positive on this?
I'm telling you right now, my ideal thing for Julius this year in the Knicks, if Julius can tell me he can play the small ball 5 versus Boston, he'll win me over. If you can do that, you can hit his shots because they got 4 wings they can put on the court and they got 3 wings they can put next. This is the thing. End of the fourth quarter, fourth quarter game, Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, either Dante DiVincenzo and Josh Hart with Julius Randle. Let's get it. I'm locked in. I'm locked in 100%. 100% I'm locked in. The only person I ain't switching is Jalen Brunson.
That's 6.
6'6".
It's just 6.
What you mean? I mean that's cool though. But Josh is big. He averaged 14 rebounds in the playoffs last year.
You talking about just go between those 6? They're the only ones that get some minutes in.
No, I'm saying like I would put that would be take out either Hart or DiVincenzo, whatever you need.
Okay, yeah.
One of those is going to be the dudes that I want to close with. And OG
with that going that small, you got to keep Josh Hart in the game.
That's the thing though. OG hasn't been healthy a lot, so if Josh might be on the court anyway by default, but Dante's such a good shooter though. And then if you get Mikal, good defender, good shooter, if he can come in and give you a nice 18 points a game in the playoffs, 17 points a game, maybe even 15, but you're efficient, bro, Jalen Brunson can make that work. I just need Julius Randle to rebound the absolute mess out of the basketball.
Man, that's gonna be hard though with Porzingis or Horford or Jason Tatum. Like that shit gonna be hard as hell, bro.
Julius Randle will terrorize KP
in the paint. I think he would as a rebounder.
Man, that shit.
I just think all the way. I think all the way around. I think he guards KP better than KP guards him. I don't think Kristaps really wants to match up with Julius. Yeah, so Julius putting that shoulder in his chest. Time just thugging him. Time after time.
Block that shit still, man.
Ox, if he can do that, he'll win me over. He'll win me over. I think they should be elite, given how good their team is.
Okay, Swiper. I like that take. Okay, last team in this group is the Philadelphia 76ers.
We did Denver already?
No, my bad. You're right. We'll still go with the Sixers. We'll finish with Denver. Let's go with Philly. What you got to say about them? You already on the heater. Swiper, you might as well keep it going.
When am I ever not on the heater, Ox? Ask that question. That's a fact.
I don't know. Probably when you don't got no cap on and all the heat is escaping your head. That's why you lose all your heat from.
We're on the 76ers. 76ers.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Swiper.
I got them contenders. I don't think they're elite, but I definitely think they're contenders for sure.
They're not elite with the acquisition of Paul George.
No.
They got Paulie.
Paulie D.
They got
you're not feeling this, right?
You know I'm not, man. You know I'm not. Because I got
them as 3 tenders.
The post that's holding up the tennis made of glass. The post that's holding up the tent is made of glass. That's the biggest problem. He's good enough that he can take them to the NBA championship, but he's made of glass. That's the problem that I have with him. More than
by the way, somebody.
So are they pretenders or contenders?
Somebody in the chat said they have an issue with me saying that Hallie's the best half-court offensive player in the Eastern Conference. I don't know if y'all disagree with that or not.
I don't know. I don't know.
I disagree with that.
Let's not. I don't know. Wait. Real quick. Wipe it. Let me go back to you first, and I'm gonna come right back to you, Chill, because I need both of y'all takes on this on record. Are y'all saying that the Sixers don't even belong in the contender category? That they should be down in mid? Oh, you think they do? Chill. You don't? You think they don't even belong in this conversation?
I'm out on Philly.
I'm out on Philly too.
Wait. Chill. I just for the record, I need you to say that they belong in contenders or they should be in mid.
Philadelphia should be in mid. I'm out on the Philadelphia as a contender. I'm out.
The injuries?
I'm out.
I agree. I'm with Chill.
You agree?
Yes, I'm with Chill.
I'm out on Philly.
MTL?
I mean, they can.
Wait. Chill. Hold on. Wait. My bad, MTL. My bad.
Okay.
Joel Embiid is arguably the best player in the league.
Don't stop there, Ox. Don't stop there. He's good enough. Ox, I don't want you to. I want you to stop with him being in a conversation as being the best player in the league.
But that was enough to get the Nuggets and the Bucks into contention. So how could they be me?
But the difference is that guy who's in that conversation, Giannis ain't made of glass. Joker ain't made of glass.
Giannis is too made of glass. I told you the allegations are coming. The indictments might be out.
That part I won't argue, right?
No, wait, Jordan. That's two playoffs back to back. They got that he wasn't there. First round knockouts. What does that tell you?
No, this is what I'm saying about Giannis. Giannis, the indictment papers are out. They just haven't been filed yet, Ox. They have not been filed yet. Joel Embiid, on the other hand, the problem that we've had more than anything is that he hasn't been able to hold up. And that's what I'm worried about. So when we get deep into the playoffs, when we go into the Eastern Conference Championship, you already heard Ant Edwards say physically he wasn't prepared to go that deep into the playoffs. Not because he was getting roughed up, but because he was tired, right? So now we got a guy in Joel Embiid who has shown that he could get busy in round one. He's shown that he could get busy in round two. When we get deep into the playoffs, but he's also shown that he will break down. He's also shown that he could get slowed by injury. I can't bet the future on a guy who is that good, but shows how many times he can break down and how many times I got to keep saying, yo, if he's healthy. It sounds like that kid that I see on the internet that keep going, tomorrow. How many tomorrows are there going to be? At some point, are you going to hold up? And if you're not, I have to accept the fact that this is who you are. You made a glass, and we're never going to win it with you as our guy.
Okay. Go ahead, MTL. How you feel about the Sixers?
Okay, so the Sixers, I'm kind of in that lane where Chill is coming from. Talent wise, Embiid is definitely up there from a talent perspective, but I don't know the injuries, the fact that no matter what happens, that second round is like, I don't know what happens in the second round. What do you want to say? He gets hurt, has bad luck. Kawhi shoots a beach volleyball into the rim. I don't know. It's just second rounds and Embiid just can't be friends. If he could skip the second round, maybe he could touch the finals. Maybe he could win one. But I don't know. Second round, something bad happens to him every year. So I have to be out on them by default on that.
And that probably goes to what Chill just said about him just not being able to, his body just not being able to withstand it. You know, I think Embiid needs to lift 15 pounds, bro.
Even I won't question his game because, again, I saw him in the playoffs just last year on one leg. He clearly was getting busy, and I thought that he was the best player in the series. I won't argue that. But can I honestly say, looking at him, that this guy, with the way he is right now, he can throw us on his back and take us to the NBA championship?
No.
No, I can't say that. And I can't keep saying, well, if he's healthy, because then I got to do the same thing with Leonard. And I'm not doing the same thing with Leonard. We're in the same situation that we was in with the Clippers.
You got to do the same thing with Giannis too.
Not yet, but I'm getting close there. We're in the same neighborhood.
2 straight?
I mean, okay,
he's played he played less playoff games than Embiid has.
Leonard has missed the playoffs 4 times in the last 5 years. He's missed the playoffs. He has not completed the playoffs 4 times in the last 5 years. That's a pretty big deal. Joel Embiid has actually been there. Giannis was there in 2020. Giannis was there in 2023. He had the back. He had the back injury, but he was there in 2023, and he actually performed really well. He had almost a 40 and 10 game when they played against the Miami Heat. So he still was playing. That's not last year was the year we had that non-contact injury. That's when the indictment papers started to get filled out. With that being said, I look at Joel Embiid. I can get past the short change stuff, like his ability not to be elite passing out of the post. I feel like that. I feel like we could change the offense like they have, and I feel like we can improve on that just a little bit. I don't think that he's got to be Joker. He doesn't have to be Shaq in the post. No, but he's got to be a positive in the post. 100% he has to be that. With all of that being said, that's all contingent on him being able to be on the floor and hold up. Because if I'm not healthy, if I'm not able physically to play at the level that I can play at, we're not going to go far. You being physically able, that's confidence mentally. If I feel like I can run, if I feel like I can hop, there's so much more confidence I have in my game. If I don't feel like I can run, if I don't feel that I'm as strong as I can possibly be, then it's going to affect my game. And it's clearly, it's affected Joel Embiid's game on some level, where he plays a lot on the perimeter, where he plays a lot at the long ball line, which he shouldn't be, because I really feel like he lets teams off the hook where he lets teams off the hook when he stops 22 feet short of the basket, or he stops where he's asking for the ball at the top of the key as a ball stopper, because he wants to show everybody that he can throw the ball between his legs instead of getting in the mid post and being big, being strong, and scoring around the basket. He lets a lot of teams off the hook with that. With that being said, if Joel Embiid could be healthier, which I haven't seen, I think they got a shot, but he's already shown me that he's made of glass. So I'm out on Philly.
Okay. Let's move on to Denver.
Dang, Ox. Forgot about me. Nah, I'm out on them.
My bad. I thought you might have won. You didn't go yet?
Nah, I'm out on them too, though. The only reason why I'm out on them is, number one, what Chill was just saying. And Paul George, I love Paul George as a player, but I feel like he's going to try to find his identity over there. And I think if it don't work, the media might kind of get up on him. And I think he just becomes a worse basketball player after that. You know what I mean? And nothing against the skill. Paul George is tough, man. I love Paul George. Very hard for me to speak bad on him, and I don't think it's going to be his fault, but I just think that he's going to try to find his identity playing on the side of Embiid.
Jordan, what does that mean when you say he's trying to find his identity? I mean, I think we're in year 15 with Paul.
But he's with a new team. I think it was hard for him to find his identity on the side of Kawhi too for a little minute, and then it started kind of clicking and playing it, and it's just like down the stretch. Who do you go to? You go to Kawhi, you go to PG. PG was used to being in that spot where it was always going to him, and now PG is going to be on the side of Joel. He's going to be on the side of Tyrese Maxey, which I think they look at PG as the third guy. I don't think they look at him as the second guy. So I think now for the first time in his career, he's going to be looked at as a third guy.
Right.
And, man, what do you expect him to do? He's not a catch-and-shoot player on the wing. That's not his game.
Yes, he is. He's one of the best catch-and-shoot players in the league.
But that's not his game. Like, that's not who he is.
Well, he said himself that he's not a dirty work player. So I don't know.
I don't think he said that. He damn sure did say that, didn't he?
Yeah, I don't know what he expects to do.
But I'm not saying. But y'all proving my point when I say that. That's it. Like, what is his identity? Because he's not a dirty work player. He's not really a catch and shoot type of guy. He can do it, but that's not who PG is. PG likes to get busy with the ball.
Fire him up. And when the bench unit is in there, you need to run pick and roll with Embiid. When Tyrese Maxey's in there, you need to be an off-ball player, and you need to cut.
But this is what he said with Doc. He said the same thing with Doc. When Doc left, it's gonna be different with me just coming off screens and shooting threes, and Doc's response was, "Well, Ty Lue, your coach, was sitting right next to me." So that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be hard for him to find his identity, man. They look at him at number 3.
He's just an interesting human being. He is so talented.
Absolutely.
But then he averaged like 19 to 17 a game in the first round this year with no Kawhi.
He maybe should have never left Indiana, man. He probably should have never left Indiana. I think we're talking about.
You mean the Thunder?
No, I'm saying Indiana. I think we're talking about Paul George differently had he stayed.
He couldn't stay in Indiana at that point. Remember, they had all the injury and all that stuff. He couldn't stay there at that point.
He went to the Thunder and played well, but
he's already told us that he's not a number one. Okay, we get that part. Now the problem is
it was an experiment for him.
If you look at this Philadelphia roster, the roster isn't terrible. They got some good players over there.
Legit.
They got some good players over there. with Kelly Oubre, right? Not just
Legit.
with Kelly Oubre. I think the addition of Andre Drummond is going to help because they didn't have
Legit.
a rebounder like they had like they had losing Melton. Like losing Melton was a big deal, but now
But they had a PG.
But losing Buddy Hield, I don't think that's a big deal because they got Eric Gordon. I don't think that's a big deal. But the post that's holding up this tent is Joel Embiid. He is the guy of all of them. I think the shot selection and the shot creation with Maxey is going to be better. I think they're going to be able to play faster with Maxey because I think the athlete that he is, nobody can really stay in front of him going down.
If they gave me FIBA rules versus Embiid in the playoffs, I would feel comfortable. The only thing is you can't foul him. Like, you got to try. I mean, you're going to have to try your best. Put a smaller person on him, crowd his space, don't foul him, and just turn him into a
What
shooter.
do y'all think about the lineup of Andre Drummond with Joel Embiid at the same time?
No, not even close.
So?
No.
Because Andre Drummond
I'll
doesn't
ban you for suggesting that. No.
Andre Drummond.
Just asking a question.
No,
I understand what you're talking about because Joel Embiid could shoot the basketball.
I think that's. I think it's okay. I don't think all game, but I think stretches of the game you can do it.
Even when you go with two bigs, like it worked in Houston. Not Houston. I'm sorry.
It worked in Dallas this year.
It worked in Chicago when him and Vooch was on the floor at the same time because Vooch could shoot the ball. But the problem is when the game slows down. When the game slows, it only works on defense.
Well, Embiid's not a four either. He can't move like
he's
a four.
not. And you get Embiid. I'm not Embiid. I'm sorry. You get Drummond. You get Drummond on the wing, against smaller, and you mismatch hunt with him. And you get him on threes. You get him on fours. You put him in a really precarious situation. And I can see teams going after Drummond on defense with Joel Embiid on the floor.
It really depends. It really depends on how mobile. It really depends on how mobile Andre Drummond still is. How mobile is he? And most importantly, it depends on who they're playing, who their matchup is.
Because I'm about to say, if you put him on the outside, like let's say you go hunt and switch. If it ain't Luka, you're gonna just shoot. You're gonna try to shoot threes on me because you're gonna have to shoot that long ball on me all game long. And I think you ain't getting no driving lanes with those guards helping off and able to play those lanes. You ain't driving like that. But and I know you're not getting no rebounds. That's legit. You're not getting no rebounds with Drummond and Embiid out there.
They can run it against certain teams, I think.
Spurs, they don't have to be the whole game. I think maybe 4 or 5 minutes.
In spurts, definitely. Let's move on to the Nuggets, though. I know, Swipe, I know you're itching to get here and talk about how this team should not be in contenders and be elite. So I'm gonna let you kick it off.
Mm-hmm.
I know the acquisition of Russell Westbrook makes y'all elite. So.
You see, Isaiah Pacheco could miss the whole year. Apparently, that's crazy. Isaiah Pacheco. He said he could come back this season or next season. Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, I think definitely elite, but I think the issue is just will they make enough shots? They don't, or is their shot making going to fall off a cliff like it did in that series? I think they would have beat everyone but the Timberwolves last year. No one had the matchup advantages on defense to be able to do it. But yeah, definitely relief for sure. They're probably going to be top 8 in both categories again in offense and defense for most of the year. It really just comes down to Jamal's health. If Jamal is healthy, I think then I don't think anybody would be surprised if they win a title again. So it's just a matter of is their second best offensive option and their shot maker and primary guard playmaker. Is he going to be healthy? That's really
we can't forget, Swiper. We talking about Jamal Murray and Joker like they weren't the best 1-2 punch in the game. We talk about them like they at end of games when it's the last 5 minutes of the game. Who would I rather have if I'm thinking about anybody in the league and I'm thinking about a 1-2 punch? Who would I rather have? Watching these two, the way that they were operating. The way that they operated with the pick and roll, with the pick and dive, how they operated off each other. There weren't many guys, especially the way Jamal Murray was the tough shot maker that he was. There weren't many guys that I thought, in terms of a 1-2 punch, were better at that point. So with that being said, if Jamal Murray isn't declining in terms of his health, I don't hate it. The fact that you added Russell Westbrook to this crew, Russell Westbrook took care of the Reggie Jackson hole. He did not take care of the KCP hole, which most people think. Because KCP is now gone. That's why you got Russell Westbrook. No, you got Russell Westbrook because he's your backup lead guard now. And he's going to help in that aspect. He's going to speed up the game. He's going to help rebound. Is he going to throw the ball in the second row? Yes. Is he going to make open shots? more times than not, no, he's not. But he is gonna. I think he can be a positive for you guys, no doubt about that. I think
Chill.
he
No
can
way
be a
you just said
positive.
he's gonna be positive after those two statements you just made.
Well, here's the difference.
Now he's saying you got to take the good with the bad. That's what he's saying.
That's terrible.
No,
that's not bad.
That's the turnover. The turnover. But I thought
he's not a turnover machine. He's not going to throw the ball in the stands every other day. He's not every other play. He's not going to do that. What he is going to do, though, right? What he is going to do is he's going to get downhill. He's going to get Jamal Murray involved in the game. He's going to get open shots for MPJ. He's definitely going to get open shots for Aaron Gordon at the rim, especially when we get in transition. And he's going to rebound the ball, and he's going to bring the energy that's necessary in order for Denver to be in every game. And if y'all in every game, I love Joker and Jamal Murray if Jamal Murray's healthy.
And I think that if you put Russ out there with Jokic, Jokic can run the floor where I think he's extremely dangerous at. If Jokic is running that floor and he get down there at the rim running and he post up, you done. You know what I mean? You pretty much done. So I agree with you. You gotta take the good and the bad with Russell Westbrook. You just have to. Like a turnover is turnover, no matter how it looks. He might shoot that motherfucker and hit the side of the goal. He missed a shot. It's missed just like coming out the rim. That's a miss. But what about when some guys can't play? Like Jamal Murray can't play tonight. You got Russ starting. You're gonna get 20. You're gonna get effort. You're gonna get full speed.
Also,
take the good and the bad with him, man.
Also, can we stop with the Russell Westbrook logic that like y'all act like at times people act like he's the only player of all time that's ever turned the ball over.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Facts.
Like people forget, as good as a passer as he is, I'm pretty sure if I remember looking at it right, LeBron just passed everybody for most turnovers of all time in his career, right?
John Stockton's top 5 all time.
That happens when you got the ball in your hands. You get the ball in your hands, it's gonna happen.
There are a lot of players that average 3 turnovers a game, and it was some of the best passes we talked about. I remember when I was doing my debate, looking at Jason Kidd's stats, I didn't know he turned the ball over that much. And everybody knows Jason Kidd is one of the best passers. There's a lot of players that throw a lot of turnovers. LeBron and Russ have the exact same passer rating. And for whatever reason, when he would throw a turnover, they look at Russell's turnovers differently than any other player in the league.
They do that with his misses too.
It's because when it comes though, that's why MTEL. It's not like he's having like he's just throwing the ball away. It's when he's throwing the basketball away. When we get in the meat and potatoes of games, when we have turnovers where he should be, and bad shots are just the same as turnovers. If we're being honest about that. So with Russ going downhill and he's got Victor Oladipo, he's got KD wide open on the wing, and he's deciding to shoot the basketball 3-4 trips. MTEL, this dude shot 92 shots in 2 games. He killing us. Get off the peel, B. When I got Carmelo Anthony and I got Paul George on the wing. And people wonder why Paul George goes 5 for 17. I can't get in the rhythm when this dude is shooting the ball 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 straight.
Damn, but hold on. But 17 shots and you ain't in a rhythm. I don't know, man.
I can't, man. I can't get in no rhythm. I can't get in no rhythm when I'm getting 3 shots here, 1 shot there, then another 2 shots. It's not like I'm getting 17 straight shots. I'm getting 2 shots. Then I don't touch the ball for 5 or 6 trips. Forget getting the shot. I don't touch the ball. As a scorer, I'm a rhythm guy.
I don't like offense like that either. I don't like offenses where one person.
And that's what's going on with Russ.
I can't stand that shit.
I don't like that either.
Offense,
but I also don't like players. I also don't like star players that it's like, okay, we did warm-ups. We got in the warm-up lines. That was your warm-up. You got up them shots. That was your time to warm up. All right. You're warm now. So if you shoot the ball now, you don't shoot it for 5 possessions. I still need you to be
but then again,
if you consider yourself the star player. Paul George, like Russ went too far in that series. That was crazy. But still though, Paul George, you can't make it just because Russ shot 3 shots before you. That's a complete cop-out.
I agree. I agree with both sides.
You're shooting shots. Knock the shot down. You got warm when we was doing the warm-up lines, and when you was out here an hour and a half before the game started, going through your routine, getting your shots up. How are you not in rhythm? That don't make sense.
And I think you can get in rhythm multiple ways. I think I kind of agree with Ox and Chill at the same time, because you can get in rhythm multiple ways. Like if you cutting and you moving around, you can get a rhythm like that. I'm getting a lot of offensive rebounds. So I'm crashing the glass. Like rather than just standing in the corner, you can't really get in a rhythm. You can get a rhythm playing defense. You can get a couple steals. So I feel like you can't allow your inactivity on offense because you're not just getting the ball. Are you cutting? Are you getting offensive rebounds? Like that can get you in a rhythm as well. And that's like to me the biggest difference between players that come from Europe when they're good shooters in Europe and then they come to the NBA. Because in Europe, everybody touches the ball. Boom, boom, boom. It's swung around. You know, I can shoot this motherfucker whenever I get it. In the NBA, shit, you might sit in the corner for 5 straight possessions and don't touch it. And if you ain't cutting like Bruce Brown or you ain't cutting like these other guys, you're not gonna get in the rhythm. So I feel like you can't cry about it. I agree with Chill too. You can't cry about it though. You got to do something that can help you get in the rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I feel like.
So everybody is pretty good with them being in the contenders, but Swiper, you think that should be elite?
Yeah, I think people have overreacted some to the game 7 and then to the injuries and Jamal's clear like hampers in game 1 and 2 and then in the first round as well. So I think a lot of that is like if they're not the first team to ever lose a 15-point lead at halftime in the game 7, then they play the Mavericks and it's like, all right, well, they can't guard them at all. I think the conversation changes altogether. So, yeah, I mean, I think some of it's just like, I think context is fine. I think most people are down on them. I think they got like people are saying they're going to be a 4 or 5 seed or, you know, not be able to beat the Thunder, maybe the Wolves, maybe the Mavericks. So I think that's like consensus about where they stand right now.
I heard something like that too. I heard somebody say that if they face the Kings in the first round, that they're cooked. So that's just what I heard.
Y'all have three All-Stars in the roster. The Nuggets only have 1.
That's just what I heard. I don't know.
I got the Nuggets as being elite, man.
Actually, y'all got 2. Y'all got 2 All-Stars. Russ is
no. In the last 3 years, you have to be an All-Star. That's the rule.
That's incredible.
Oh, okay. All right.
Can I add one more thing before we move off of this topic? Just because I'm very passionate about Russ and PG. I just want to say one thing. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone after this. Only thing I want to say, when y'all were talking about the series of Russell putting up that many shots, were y'all talking about Paul George's almost MVP year? The year he almost
30 points a game. Yeah, you have 30 a game.
In 18, that was his first year in Oklahoma City. I think that was the year he was first team all. No, 19 was the year he was first team all defense.
Yeah.
And he finished 3rd in league MVP. They lost to Portland in the first round.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Okay, so
I'm talking about the year in 18 when they lost to Utah in the first round. That's the year I'm talking about.
When Joe Ingles was busting Paul George ass.
Okay, I was trying to make sure we wasn't talking about the year when Paul George was coming out the shoulder injuries because he did talk about that.
That was in 19 when they lost to Portland.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure because I know Russ was shooting a lot of shots at that time because PG was hurt. Like he was trying to play through PG. That's why PG almost won MVP that year because the game really was PG first and then Russell second, and he was fine with playing like that. For whatever reason, I feel like he deferred more playing to PG than he did KD. For whatever reason,
that's because he learned. That's because he learned a little bit. He learned a little bit.
It could have been that. It could have been that for sure.
But I think for Russ, man, I think you have to. It's like one of them if you know type of things, man. It's like. Yeah. When you're watching it from afar, you kind of like, what the hell? But players that's playing with him know, like, nah, I mean, he doing what he just missed. You know what I mean? He's playing bad. You know, his playing bad is magnified because he plays so damn hard. So it's like you see a guy playing that hard, playing bad, it looks shitty. But it's like, what about the guy that's just playing, you know, casual and playing bad as hell? You know what I mean? So all his things get overblown. But to me, you got to know, man. I just feel like you have to know, like, what Russ brings to the table, and you got to be okay with it. It's the good with the bad, man. That's how I feel like with Russ.
Yeah. The real question is, do you think Russ can help stabilize non-Joker minutes? So the lineup is going to be and versus really good teams in the regular season and the playoffs. It's going to be Russ, Jamal, Porter, Gordon, Payton.
Russ plays the same. Russ plays the same kind of. Russ is going to be in the same.
So Jamal's a floor spacer. Elite floor spacer.
MPJ
is elite floor spacer, and then you'll have AG and then Payton. That probably will be the lineup, something like that.
And Russ is just gonna be Jokic. He's just gonna be the handoff guy. He's gonna be the handoff. He's gonna be that type of player.
I ain't say all that.
No, I'm not saying he's gonna be exact him, but
yeah. Well, do you think that he'll be
no, I don't.
No, hold on. Let me finish.
you don't have to swipe because he already out on Russ anyway.
Wait, do you think that he can be a positive defender for them?
No.
You don't think he's a better? Oh wow, okay, all right.
Reggie Jackson?
Ox,
Yeah, I
can
think
we
that's-
can
yeah, that's
Ox,
all I can ask.
can
He's gonna be more productive than Reggie Jackson too.
Ox, can we be honest about Russ? Okay, I know how you feel about him, but can we be honest about Russ? Russ ain't Drew Holiday. No, Russ ain't Lou Dort. No, he isn't. However, is anybody scorching Russ? Is Russ killing us on defense?
Somebody
As a rotation guard.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was.
Man,
Because
I'm saying
I think
he's got
mad.
if he's gonna get scorched, that means he's gonna be in those minutes with the top guys.
Right.
And that means he's gonna be the one guarding Devin Booker's and stuff
Devin
like that.
Booker did get clamped by
He's
Russ,
getting-
by the way, in the playoffs.
All right, Swiper, cool.
We did see that. I'm just saying.
All right,
We did see that, Ox. That's what I'm saying. So you
All
talking?
right.
This
But
is what I'm- this-
we've also we've seen Russ get cooked. Let's not.
yeah,
act like
Damian
nobody-
Lillard lit fire to his
come
ass.
on, man.
100%.
So, like,
He did. I
So
ain't
you,
gonna
was
lie.
bad,
so
though.
y'all
That was
y'all
bad
want
years
y'all
ago.
want to
That
y'all
shit
want to
is
sell me that if Russ is out there with Jamal Murray and Russ has to take the role of guarding Anthony Davis, Devin Booker,
Anthony
Yeah,
Davis.
but he mean
not Anthony
Edwards.
Edwards. You know what I mean?
Right.
My bad.
Oh,
Apologies.
yeah.
Anthony Edwards, Devin Booker's
Better than Reggie Jackson. I can tell you that
Hold on,
much.
It's
Keep
it's
going,
not
keep
the point.
going,
It's,
keep going,
it's not
keep
about being. No. See, wait. No. Hold on, because y'all tried to throw us off the scent, saying that he's here to
Off
replace
the scent.
Reggie. He's here to replace Reggie Jackson and not KCP. Yeah, but if we're talking about these minutes, that means he's going to be playing that KCP role.
No, he's not.
No, he's gonna play the Jokic role. He's
No,
gonna play
he's
the
not.
Jokic role.
No. Just
Neither
listen
one
to
of
what
y'all
I'm
know what
saying.
y'all talking
Listen-
about.
Listen to what
He's
I'm
gonna
saying.
play the Jokic
Look,
role.
Reggie
I know what
plays
I'm
next to
talking about.
Jamal on
Just
the
listen.
bench.
Just listen.
Listening, Ox, listening.
Because we're talking about these. We're talking about these top minutes. We're talking. That's what we're talking about. We're talking
we're
about
not.
him playing. We're talking about him playing when. I know what you said about him stabilizing that second unit, but I'm talking about the other minutes with the guys that would be there to torch him. It's guys like if anytime he's on the court trying to guard Devin Booker or Anthony Edwards, it's lunch. It's lunch. He can't guard any of the top guys. He can't guard Kyrie Irving. He can't guard any of those dudes.
Well, I don't understand the juxtaposition though, because the fact is, it's like the bench unit. That's going to be the lineup. They were okay defensively last year with Reggie. I'm saying, do you think he's going to be a
So
positive
in that second unit, he's getting torched by Norman Powell. He's getting torched
What?
by
You're
Malik Monk. He's getting torched by Malik Monk.
This where I hate Westbrook shirt.
So what is
Westbrook shirt.
Malik Monk doing to Russell Westbrook in that second
Nothing.
unit?
Malik Monk ain't going to be
Nothing.
seeing Russell Westbrook because y'all going to be in the play-in. And y'all ain't gonna make it out.
He's
So I
not-
gotta
Wait,
worry about
hold on. To support against what you're saying, have you actually watched some of the matchups Russell Westbrook has taken on the past few years? Even like going
No.
back to the Lakers.
What do you mean?
No.
Have I not watched? I've been
No.
watching.
I'm asking because I watched Russell Westbrook was matched up on Zion Williamson when they played the Pelicans. First year he was on the Lakers. Zion was not scoring the ball. And you know how much bigger Zion is than him. He was trying to.
You
post
know
up.
that
He
you just
wasn't
brought up
getting past
something
him.
from 5 years ago, right, Intel? I'm talking
That-
about today.
That was
No,
2
2
years
years
like
ago.
2 years ago.
Oh, whatever. It was a long time ago. It was a long time ago. But he's not. Russell Westbrook can't guard nobody. in
Hey,
2024.
he is guarding
I watched
Malik
him
Monk for
on
sure,
that
though. He guarding Malik
Bro,
Monk for sure.
No, he's not guarding Malik Monk. Malik Monk cooking him.
And he definitely guarding Norman Powell.
A lot of underrated quickness. I'm not gonna lie.
Man. I'm happy
has
that
time.
Russ is still getting the love he gets, though, man. Shout out to Russ, man. But you know, I personally think that Malik is cooking Russ. I believe that Norman is cooking Russ. But what y'all need to be doing is cooking some of these factor meals.
What up, PC Nation? Warmer, sunnier days are calling. Fuel up for them with Factor's no prep, no mess meals. Meet your wellness goals in time for summer thanks to the menu of chef-crafted meals with options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are dietitian approved and ready to eat in just 2 minutes. So no matter how busy you are, you'll always have time to enjoy nutritious, great tasting meals. Make today the day you kickstart a new healthy routine. What are you waiting for? With 35 different meals and more than 60 add-ons to choose from every week, you'll always have new flavors to explore. Crush your wellness goals this July with dietitian-approved meals and ingredients that you can trust. Make your day delicious. From breakfast to dessert, stay fueled with easy, nutritious options. Treat yourself to restaurant-quality meals that feature premium ingredients like filet mignon, shrimp, and blackened salmon. Keep kitchen time to a minimum. Factor meals are ready in 2 minutes. No shopping, prepping, cooking, or cleaning up. Enjoy effortless support for your lifestyle. Choose from 6 menu preferences to help you manage calories, maximize protein intake, avoid meat, or simply eat well-balanced. Head to factormeals.com/playerschoice50 and use code PlayersChoice50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. That's code PlayersChoice50 at factormeals.com/PlayersChoice50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active.
Yeah, man. My factor meal order actually just came in yesterday. So I'm excited about it. I got some pretty good options.
That was a hell of a transition, by the way. So I just want to give it to you.
Appreciate that,
as opposed to some other people that have been up here.
Nah, I don't know nothing about that. I'm just giving it time.
It's on site, Ox. I'm trying to tell you, it's on site. I'm a
Oh man, no doubt.
Site.
We're not gonna get through all three of these teams we got left. So I think we should probably just not even touch the Celtics. We'll leave the Celtics alone. They're the defending champs. Let's go with Minnesota. Let's go with Minnesota. Do y'all believe that Minnesota is elite and actually really have a good shot at winning the championship, or should they be down in contenders with the other
contenders? Guys? I think they should be in contenders. I think what they did last year was a good run, but I don't know if they're gonna put it back together this year and do it over again. Considering I like Rudy Gobert, but he can be up and down sometimes because of what the media do to him, what his teammates can do to him, what people around him can do to him. And he's a big part of that team. But I think they contenders elite. I'm not sold that they're going to go back and do it again.
I am. I think that they represent the Western Conference in the NBA Finals. And I think the difference is one guy, because I already know who Cat is. And I've seen Cat play well in the series. I've seen Cat be bad in the series. I won't argue that, but I've seen Cat play well in the series. And the fact that they got Rudy Gobert and he helps them out defensively, I don't think that is the difference more than the fact that Jaden McDaniels can be better. If Jaden McDaniels can knock down open shots, not necessarily the long ball, but just be a positive on the wing where he's knocking down the mid-range, where he's getting to the rim. He's already given me elite defense. Anthony Edwards needs to be better. Needs to be better in the pick and roll. He needs to be better in dribble handoffs. He could be a better shooter. I won't argue that. And I think that he will be this season coming up. But I think the difference here is going to be Jaden McDaniels. He's the guy who has to be better for them offensively. Same way I feel about Jalen Williams with Oklahoma City. I already know what I'm getting from Shea. I think that Chet was the difference last year in what they were doing. If you add Jalen Williams and he ups what they're doing, that makes them even more dangerous. I feel the same way about Minnesota. If Jaden McDaniels can be a better jump shooter and stretch that defense, that makes the Minnesota offense even better. So I think that they can represent the Western Conference in the NBA Finals this year.
What about you, MTL?
Okay, I'm sorry. Who are we talking about again?
The Timberwolves.
Timberwolves. Okay. I think I would have moved the Timberwolves personally down one tier. I would put them in contender over elite. I think the Timberwolves, it's weird because, like I said, I like some of the players they have on the roster. I'm in the space where I kind of have to see it to see where they're at this year before I want to jump too high. Because kind of like the take I said about the Mavericks. Sometimes teams get to a certain spot and you think that's just like going to keep being where they are, like they're here or better. We know basketball isn't linear. It's not, oh, we got better one year, so that means the next year we're going to go farther.
Yeah, it don't work like that.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that. So that could have been a situation of they just had the Nuggets number. They probably just matched up well with them, but there's other teams that probably can beat them. So I think they're more of a matchup thing than anything else.
Okay,
so,
let's get into the Thunder. Do the Thunder belong there or what? Go ahead, MCL.
I'm with you on the Thunder being up there though, more so because of consistency of like the direction I've been seeing their team going. I see all the signs that they could be better. The only thing that I question is J-Dub in the playoffs. He, to me, out watching him, I felt the same way I felt watching Franz for us. I was just like, I seen you do all this in the regular season. What happened? Like, he like a different player when they got to the playoffs. Like, I feel like they should have beat the Mavericks, but he wasn't giving them much. I'm not gonna lie. I was actually kind of disappointed. So if he can show us stuff in the playoffs, and show that he can do a little bit more. If Chet grows and he becomes an even better rim protector, he shows that he can be even like better on offense, stuff like that. I think their team will be in a better spot. I like the collection and obviously the Alex Caruso pickup.
Hey, MT, I got a question. Do you think sometimes like J-Dub be forcing it? Like, because in the playoffs when I was watching them play, Shea went on a roll and then he would go 2 or 3 times without touching the ball. And I'm like, bro, it's no possible way that you're going to tell me that you're going to go down 2 or 3 times and Shea don't touch the ball or he's not getting a shot. Like, when he's on the roll. And I feel like sometimes J-Dub does that to try to get in the game. And like I said earlier, like there's ways that you could get in the game rather than just having the ball all the time. And if J-Dub can focus on that, you're looking at a different player, I think. And I think you get what you know, I think you get more out of him rather than just, wanting the ball and trying to go score all the time. Like, let Shea do that.
Right. I'll say to answer your question, I think the issue I see with a lot of NBA players, like as good as these players are, offensively, defensively, however you want to say it, I feel like a lot of players are not good at playing off the ball like that. Like, I watch a lot of NBA players that look like they never work on their off the ball skills. Not saying that they're bad players or they don't know what they're doing. You got plenty of examples like watching Trae Young, DeJounte Murray, and beside each other. Trae Young is not a good off the ball player. Damian Lillard is not a good off the ball player. J-Dub probably can be. I feel like at times he is. Sometimes I think he's just inconsistent. So,
that's what I'm saying. But I think that inconsistency can help him if he just does more off the ball. Like, you don't have to have the ball to be effective all the time. Like, cut more, set better screens. That gives you that same rhythm rather than, oh, now I get it. Now I'm gonna just put my head down, try to score. And it's like, that's not how the game played.
Right. Chill. What's your final thoughts on this on the Thunder and their placement? Do you believe they're an elite squad? They have a legit shot at the championship at the Larry O'Brien?
I do. I absolutely do. When I think about a guy in SGA who plays at the pace that he plays at, you can't speed him up, you can't slow him down. He plays at the pace that he plays at, and it's effective. Specifically for a guy who doesn't play above the rim, he's really effective at the rim. The guys that I'm thinking about the most is Chet and J-Dub. The reason why I'm thinking about them, because I think I already know what Alex Caruso brings to the table. Alex Caruso is arguably the best on-ball defender in the game. Arguably the best on-ball defender in the game. And I think Case and Wallace and Wiggins, those guys at a different dimension that a lot of other teams don't have. Long ball shooters, wings that can actually defend. 6'3", 6'4" guys that can defend. I think the difference here is J-Dub having to bring up his level of play and be better as a scorer. Not necessarily an offensive player, knowing when to get going, knowing when to get off the peel.
Yeah.
Chet, I think Chet is one of those guys who he recognizes that I stretch the defense. With me stretching the defense, I make the offense a lot better for the rest of these guys. And defensively, I'm going to be a glass cleaner. I'm going to be a rim protector. And matchups are going to be everything. And to add Hartenstein to that group, I think that's going to be huge. So I think that Oklahoma City is 100% elite. I think that it's going to be them. I think it's going to be Minnesota. And then I think there's going to be a separation in the Western Conference.
Gotcha. All right, well, that's that. That's all we had. We got through those teams, man. We reached the end of the show. Appreciate everybody for stopping by. Make sure that you keep your eyes open and keep your ears open as well for this PCL Final Four. It's coming soon. Like I said, I didn't get all the information. I don't know exactly how soon it's coming, but it will be here. The best 4 debaters on the internet have made it to the Final Four, and they will give you a show that you won't forget. Make sure you be there. And we'll see y'all soon as well. We out of here. All right, y'all. MTL, Jordan, chill. Appreciate y'all.
Later.
Peace.
All right.
Absolutely, fellas. That's dope.
Mike, you're up.